Oh, look at that transition. Hello, everybody. Welcome to some Party Foul this Saturday night. We are unfortunately short a little mouse folk tonight, not feeling too well. Send your love to our friend Jade and Lee, as you know him as Matthias. He'll be back as soon as he's feeling better. But we're out here for some D&D shenanigans, and just want to give a few little shout-outs before we get started. First of all, what is first of all? Art. We have awesome art. Look at these little new art busts we've got here. This is drawn by the wonderful Adam of Comics and Coffee. You can get these commissioned for you as well, so we're so happy to have new art for season 2. Thank you so much for Adam. I also forgot to do this last week. I need to tell everyone this wonderful little chimey music that you hear, especially during the trailer. You'll hear the full version. That's from my friend Waylon. So you can definitely get commissioned music from Waylon. I'm going to throw a link in chat here. He is a genius and will write you theme songs and all sorts of things. Has some really cool music on his SoundCloud, so check him out. I got to also thank Arnott, who gave us a lot of the resources that we've used for the new and improved kind of overlay stuff that we got going on. And finally, Lawful Stupid's where this game began, and if you want to play games just like this, head on over to the Lawful Stupid Discord, where you can join up with DMs and play games and stream and do all sorts of fun, crazy things. So we want you to join the family, give us a hug. We promise we don't have that many diseases. But other than that, we're going to throw up that trailer because we're ready to play some D&D. Sorry we're a little bit late tonight. We're coming at you real soon. Catch this trailer, and we'll be right back.
Before we start, I'd like to.
I love his ass.
I've got my cold one with the boys.
Definitely
it.
just happened live because we are live.
Stop it.
Oh, hey.
He knew. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he did. Aw, yeah. We're so glad to be back. Thank you all for joining us once again for some Party Foul Season 2 action. I did want to mention, by the way, I forgot to earlier, the YouTube has now been updated with the entirety of Season 1. So you can catch all your favorite episodes from Season 1. If you haven't seen them yet, you can catch up. There's a recap video on the YouTube as well. Last episode is currently on the Twitch VODs. I'm going to put that on YouTube here very soon, along with this episode. So we're going to keep that updated for you, so you can watch us live, you can watch us later, spread the love, let them all know where to find us. Awesome. Okay, so getting back into it. Last week on Party Foul, the wonderful middlemen, as they've decided to call themselves, had 3 weeks of being celebrities in Port Zane after finally curing the whirlpool that had been plaguing this dock city and keeping it from having any kind of income or economy. Exports and imports were all stifled. They defeated this genie-type figure that seemed to be causing the whirlpool, and then became the most popular kids in town, as Fowler's, their pub, was flooded with business. A new bakery opening soon. We'll hear more about that today, I think. And the characters had all sorts of little adventures, making moonshine, going out and trying to figure out what's going on in the empty, trying to do some crazy recruiting for gods. All been fun and games. But Matthias had a different idea. Matthias really seeks adventure and felt very cooped up, and heard a rumor that there was a ship just off the shore, about half a mile, that was filled with treasure. And
Herpes.
And after one drunken night of convincing Neriad and Finnigan to go investigate this shipwreck with him, they were Well, Matthias was captured by the Harpies, and Finnigan and Neriad woke up having no memory of anything except that they were wrapped up in some giant human-sized burritos or halfling-sized burritos. Piecing together what happened over the course of the night, they managed to get back out to the ship, found Matthias, and fought off some crazy Harpies that had been guarding this place and using it as a trap for ships and stuff for who knows how long. At the end of the fight, Meena saw the thing that she'd been dreaming of so much. She saw a shark in the water. She finally wild-shaped into that creature and swam around. It bit the shit out of her, but she decided to spend the next couple hours living life in the ocean like she had always dreamed to do, while the rest of the party took a little rest and inventoried the boat around them. So, that is where we're going to come back in today. This is just this is Waterkeep. This is not an open ocean. That's what I wanted to be playing right now. All right, so Meena, you have after deciding or realizing that shark was not going to share that harpy meat with you, you have swam and swam around and found all sorts of fishy friends. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Actually, one investigation and one nature check, please.
Okie dokie. Investigation and the nature. So we have a 16 investigation, 19 nature.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we'll start with the nature check. Now that the whirlpool is gone, one of the things that you had experienced previously was that there was almost no sea life around the beaches of Port Zane. And as you walked out in the water, it was just super sad and weird. But things are coming back. It's not immediate. It's not as populated as you might think that it is, but there are some of the larger creatures seem to have been able to migrate the fastest, and then as you swim out a little bit further from the shore, you find things like minnows and smaller little seahorse creatures and all sorts of fun life around the port itself. You also notice that the place seems fairly clear of other kinds of shipwrecks, which is somewhat interesting. Like, you would think that you would see some remnants of old ships and stuff, but someone's clearing this out if it's happening, or it's just not happening whatsoever. Something that you notice. As you make your way back towards the boat, knowing that your wild shape's going to end here any minute, you see some shiny things towards the bottom of the hull of the ship beneath the boat's has been sort of lofted on the rocks above it.
Okay. How shiny are we talking here?
Talking like, glints of light that seem to be piercing through the water are somehow refracting off of these beautiful little shiny things.
Is there a hole to get there, or is it like, am I seeing it through the planks of the wood?
You're seeing it sort of having, you would presume that the hull of the ship had been burst by the rocks, and maybe things like spilled out of it.
Okay, so like it's not in the ship, it's like outside of it?
Correct. It's like kind of fallen to the bottom of the ocean outside of the ship's hull, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna swim closer.
Okay.
To see what I can see.
Let's see here. So as you get a little bit closer to the hull of the ship, the waves themselves kind of moving, and you can see there's definitely a lot of rocks going in and out. You can see the hilt of a sword that has been covered with some sediment, sort of sifting and blowing as the bottom of the sword has been pinned up against one of the rocks.
Do I see anything else?
If you swim around the other side, there's another sword. And then you see a shield, and you see some other little weapons. Not a ton of them, but little daggers, swords, shields, weapons, all seem to be scattered around the bottom of the ocean here.
I am going to revert back to my furbulk form.
Okay.
And grab whatever's closest and swim up towards the surface.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Why has it gotta be athletics? Actually, I'm not bad at athletics. Never mind.
Don't come up too fast and get the
Oh,
bends.
Jesus. That's a nat 1.
That's the bends.
Meena, as you grab one of these swords and you try to swim with it, you realize that you're not getting nearly as much torque, and your entire form and your body that was whipping through the water as the shark suddenly starts to get tired very quickly after all these hours of swimming. Your muscles have not recovered the way that you wanted, and you're moving, and the tide is kind of pulling you under. What do you do?
I am going to drop the sword and try to not die.
Okay, you let go of the sword beneath you. The tide's pulling you in. I need an athletics check with disadvantage.
Great. 13.
13. Okay. So you do manage to kind of find a rock that's jutting out, and as soon as you find it, you're able to kick off of it and get a little extra momentum that pulls you out of the tide itself, and you find it much easier as you crest up to the surface, soaking wet, your new clothes now crested with the seawater, breathing heavily at that close call.
Do I see any of my friends?
You see that the hull of the ship, and you can hear probably among the waves a little bit of chit-chat that's going on amongst your friends sitting up there. What are you guys talking about as Meena comes back?
I'm going to make this my house. It's going to be really cool. I can see it now. I might have to just fight off some harpies every once in a while, though, but it should be really neat. What do you guys think?
I think, why don't you want to live with us?
It's a little
I'm
drafty
pretty
here.
close. I could get there fast if I needed to.
Neriad, it took us like 40 minutes to get here.
What are all the
Yeah,
feathers
that's right.
for?
For flying.
Are you going to make a bird suit for yourself out of the feathers?
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, I don't know if I thought of that before. Maybe.
Oh,
You wouldn't want to be a bird?
then forget I said it.
Hey guys.
Oh, yes. Oh, she's back. Hello. Oh,
Guys.
Meena,
As you look over the crack of the ship and see the water having
Ew.
slapped up against parts of it, you can see a completely drenched Meena treading water poorly, but staying afloat.
I'm really
man,
tired.
You look like you're treading water poorly and you're pretty drenched. Why don't you come on up here?
What the fuck have you been doing?
Swimming, it was awesome. Oh my gosh, have you ever been to Shark?
And,
you were
know,
a shark?
I can't really say that I've had.
Never been a shark before.
You
Probably
don't
not the
really,
same sense you mean.
you don't really seem to be that good at swimming though, so I don't really know how that went.
I'm usually really good at swimming. I'm just really tired because I was swimming, and then there's treasure down here. There's big swords, so I tried to grab one, but I grabbed it and I didn't have hands as a shark, so I had to turn back into myself. And when I did that, I got really tired, and I think I might have breathed in a little bit of the water. But I'm stuck down here. I can't really get myself out. I mean, I probably could. But
Well-
could you just help me instead?
Yeah, give us a few hours and we'll be back around to come help you while you're down there all alone. How about that?
Why would I have to wait a few hours?
Can I just throw her a rope?
Zaundur finds a rope in his backpack and chucks it out to Meena.
Yep.
And together, you are able to pin it down and pull
I'll
her
help.
up towards the top of the ship with a little bit of help, and she splatters onto the deck.
Thank you so much, Zaundur.
Oh,
Finnigan, why were you going to make me wait?
I was grunting. I'm covered in sweat.
But first you told me that you were. Why are you covered in sweat? Are you calling me fat?
No,
Finnigan, just walk away. Just walk
I'm
away.
not calling you.
No,
you're not
no,
exactly
I
white.
gotta put
Finnigan,
my arm
I'm
around his
surprised
neck and I
at
just
you.
walk him across the boat.
Could we trouble you for a water walking spell so we could all go back to shore?
Oh. Yes, that would
Sound
probably
like
be for
Oliver
the best.
Twist.
I could definitely
Please,
cast
sir,
water
may I
walking.
have some more water walk.
Oh, thank you. It would be wonderful. I'll take you flying someday.
So you were a shark?
I was a shark, Zaundur.
I
It was so awesome.
Or are you
I
a
wonder if I
baby
could
shark?
compose a song about this.
Ah,
Hold on. Lyrics. Meena shark. Do 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 do. Meena shark. Do 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 do. Meena shark. Do 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 do. Meena shark. Okay, never mind.
I hate this.
Neriad, fly, do 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 do. Neriad, fly, do 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 do.
All
Neriad,
right, that's a
fly.
little more, a little bit more.
it's gonna be stuck in my head for literally ever.
That's the makings of a good song, Zaundur.
I think it needs a bit
You
more
think
work.
so? I
I think
thought I literally didn't have any
I think
lyrics
you
other
need
than
to-
Meena shark.
I think you need to change the lyrics and the tune, and you might have a good song on your hands.
All right, I'm ready to get off this boat. All right.
Right, that makes 2 of us.
Okay.
Meena, if you could help us out, please.
Sure. I guess so. I just got here, but I guess if you guys want to go, then we could
Oh,
just
would
go.
you like a small rest? You did say you were tired.
No,
We've
I'm
been
all
here
right.
for a
I'll just.
while.
Yeah, you guys. I'm okay. Let's just go. I
Are you
can
sure
rest
we can-
later.
We can wait 20 minutes.
Nah, it's all right.
All right.
And
Okey-dokey.
I'm gonna kick the fire out, so push, 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 and sparks and things go flying into the
Okay,
into the
alright.
shallow water.
I'll cast Water Walk on everybody.
Okay.
Nice.
Water walk is cast, and you are all able to gingerly step onto the surface tension of the water and make your way back towards the shore, having left a bunch of weapons down there. What?
That's
do you-
probably
we'll
not
be back for
important.
those.
Yeah.
No, wait, hang on.
Probably.
God said something.
What
Wait,
part
we
of
left
the
a bunch of
shore-
weapons. What kind
I
of weapons?
told
were they?
people that there was treasure and weapons. Like, I told them.
Wait, what kind of weapons? What?
I thought the
Some
Matthias
Some
went and looked
swords
for
and
that
a
shit.
shield and some daggers.
Eh.
Wait, I'm in the market for a rapier. Was there a rapier?
I thought I gave you mine, dummy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Thank you. Never mind
I
then.
like took it out of my inventory and everything.
No reason to
Let me go ahead and
investigate
put
any of that. So you make your way back towards shore. Where are you?
No, wait.
I'm
No,
remembering
wait.
this, though.
Wait.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's Neriad's house. It's fine. We'll just come
Yeah,
back and
you'll be
visit.
back.
Yeah, there's swords and stuff underneath my house. We'll come back later for them.
What are you? What part of the shore are you going back to? Because when you jumped off, you was a 30-foot sort of overhang, and you took a big rope swing, or some of you just climbed down. Are you going to climb back up? Or are you going to go to a shallower part? What's the plan?
I think I would just climb back up. That sounds fun. I've
If
always
we
wanted to
climb back up,
the
it
cliff
puts
side.
us close to where my still is, so that's home to me. That's
Your
good.
what?
My still.
What is
For
that?
her alcohol.
My moonshine still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Learn how to make moonshine, bro.
I don't know what a
God.
still is. I'm still
Bro.
grasping the
Moony,
concept.
moony, shine, shine. Very good. Okay.
I'll
So,
climb up.
Twilight Moonshine?
yeah.
Is that your pony name?
What?
Hmm.
Anyway.
Twilight
You
Sparkle.
just learned something
I'm
strange.
I know.
Can you bring us to
Sunset
Port Zane
Shimmer?
as well, please?
What?
Can I bring you the Port Zane map? I can bring
Yeah.
you to the Port Zane map. However, before you get there, let me give it to you for just a second. You make your way back towards the cliffs, and you all
Yeah.
begin to climb up. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Whoever's a more experienced climber, I think.
I'll go last.
I'll go first then.
Okay, so
Alright.
Gwen and probably Matthias begin to hoist themselves up and climb up the crag side. Can I get an athletics check from? I'll roll for Matthias.
Yeet.
Yeah, dice.
What?
Matthias does okay.
Oh,
he has advantage on that. Yeah, he does very well.
So sad
Uh,
just missing his feet thing now.
11.
Very cool. You're doing okay. Matthias is a little more nimble and able to kind of scramble up the rocks towards you. And you see that as Matthias kind of reaches up and gets towards the very apex of the cliffside to hoist himself up, he freezes and just kind of stops for a moment.
You can do it, little buddy. Look for the
Matthias,
next
can you
handhold.
get out of the fucking way, please?
Gwendolyn, there's a problem. And then Gwen, suddenly you feel as your hand is reaching up forward, a yellowish green hand clamps itself to your wrist and holds you there. As you look up and stare, you see the familiar greenish yellow eyes of a few Gith-like creatures that you had last seen beneath the underground fort area that Priscilla's
Sure. Can
hideout
I,
once was. And he
Sure.
stares and he
Hello?
smiles.
Can I, like, use his hand to get up? I'm like, well, if you're helping me up anyway.
As you try to use his hand for a second, he kind of hoists you away, and he's sort of holding you there near the top of the cliff as you're dangling with one arm, and he smiles towards you, and he just says, "Do you need a hand with that?"
Actually, I was doing quite fine before you came in here, so...
Well, I'll help you up the rest of the way, but you have to come with me after.
Sure.
Looks down across and sees the rest of you climbing up. And as he pulls you up and helps you actually get up to the rest of the cliff, you see that you're surrounded by 5 of these guys that are all standing there, weapons
Okay,
drawn,
that's not
all
bad.
looking around the cliff as the rest
I
of
got
you.
all my
Gwen knows how to
keypoints
handle
back.
5 guys by herself.
I mean, this wouldn't be the first time.
Gnomes.
Gnomes, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You could have gone for 5 Guys burgers and fries. You could have gone for anything except that.
Each
Oh,
of
boy.
you have the same sort of experience. You get up to the very top, there's a tense moment where a hand is outstretched towards you, clamps onto your wrists, and for a second you wonder if they're going to let you drop back down these 30 feet that you climbed up onto these rocks, and instead you're hoisted up to the surface and brought to where you are.
Oh, whoopsie daisy. Oh, hello.
Do you want us to go to
There's
the
a
map?
lot of you up here.
Zachary?
No, we don't need to go to the map. It's just for flavor for you all.
Sure.
They all kind of stand, weapons drawn, pointing at you, some of them sneering, some of them smiling. The one that pulled you up first, Gwen, says, Priscilla would like to speak with you all.
What about?
If she would have told me, I would have delivered the message. She wants to see you in person now.
I kind of looked back at everyone and I'm like, I don't really give a shit. Like with like a very like, what does everyone else think? Kind of.
I don't have anything else to do today. Let's do it.
I have something way more important to do.
I am not interested in going with them. The last time I did, I almost died.
To be fair, that was also because you guys attacked them.
I did not attack them at all. I offered to help them train their minotaur.
And then you turned into a fucking bear, Meena. That's not exactly the high ground here.
I didn't turn into a bear until after they started attacking me.
How long
Can we
is it gonna
not
take?
fight right now about this?
Alright,
I
well,
don't
Just a
want to
question.
go with them. I don't
fine,
want
then
to
don't.
die.
You're not gonna die, Meena. I'll fucking
You're all
go.
coming with us.
How long will it?
Oh, sweetheart, if you think that you have any control in this situation, you're wrong.
He snaps his fingers for a second, and from over the hill that you would kind of come up upon into the pile of them, an enormous-looking minotaur starts on a chain is being held back, snorting his nose.
Oh, they got another one. Did we kill the other one, or did we just
You
put to
did.
sleep?
No, you killed the other one.
If I banish it, do you think we can kill all of these guys before it comes back?
How long does your banishment last?
About 6 seconds.
I think we need a little bit longer than that.
Damn.
Let's not get arrogant here.
I'm gonna look at one of the Geth, like the closest one to me. Do you want help training that one, or do you want to kill me first?
I just want to do what the boss says.
Oh, I don't think your boss told you to attack us. She'll be really mad and do awful things to you, I'm sure.
She said, "Do what I
She'll
need
put
to do
stinky
to get
fish
you to
on
come
your
talk to
doorstep.
her."
Yeah, but to get us to come talk to you talk to her requires that we're not fucking dead when we get there.
I could use a bit of a bite. Could you get some food and I'll come with? That's what it's gonna take to get me to go. I'm just gonna need some food. I've been out on ship
check.
for a while.
Yeah, we've been stuck out at sea for like 4 hours.
I'm not hungry at all.
It's because you ate some fucking. God damn
Full of
it!
fish.
7.
Yes,
Got some
good,
sushi.
yes.
I'll say this line. You can have a taste of my blade if you want.
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
want
so
to eat.
intimidated.
Could you at least
Oh.
season it first?
Hot. Gwen is aroused.
That's all right. Maybe I have something in my satch, and I'll dig into my satchel. What do I have? What do I have in here?
Who calls it a satch? It's fine.
It's short for satchel. you
Yeah,
know.
no, I got it.
Let's see. You guys can keep. I'm not gonna make you wait for what food I bring out.
So they begin to sort of poke at you and stab you, not hard, but sort of like using their weapons to try to prod you to move down the coastline back towards the lair of Priscilla.
I think if anybody puts their sword next to me, I'm gonna like gently grab the blade and shocking grasp them through it.
Oh, actually, I haven't used the
So
cloak
let me know
of
if that actually
buns
happened.
today, so I'm gonna reach in and pull out a cloak of a nice loaf of bread.
Nice loaf of bread.
It's steaming. They're like, what the fuck?
Feathers doesn't eat it anymore. I could just have that.
That's true. Yep. Ding! And suddenly a steaming, wonderful loaf of bread pulls out of your cloak as the rest of them look very confused, and the Minotaur snorts in the background.
Nice, got him.
Yeah, I guess go ahead and make that shocking grasp attack.
It's a very gentle. I just kind of reach forward
It's
and,
like static electricity.
grasp the blade, yeah, and go.
This is
It's a 21 to touch attack.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that
21 to
definitely
attack.
hits.
yeah.
Yep.
12 lightning damage.
It's just a gentle shock.
Just a little tap.
Just 12 points of damage. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, that was a little too strong.
The
Sorry, buddy.
creature cries out in pain and jumps backwards as the others kind of ready themselves and put their blades at you and turn around. The Minotaur's chain goes a couple more loose as the person is so shocked by what's going on, accidentally lets it go for a little bit. You can start to smell the leathery skin and cow-like features of the Minotaur away from you.
We're used to that with Mandy around, with Meena around.
Ooh, oh, ooh, snap, ooh, one of these.
Feisty
Ooh.
today. Everyone's got some pep
Mandy.
in their step. Aww.
We're all friends here. We don't harm anyone, or sorry, the bread's kind of making me burp a little bit. We're just fine. We'll come with you. I've got a bite to eat. Would you like some? I have like a little bit left. I didn't eat all of it. I hollowed some out as a peace offering.
One of
How
them.
dare you prod me like some sort of livestock? Put away your implements.
Can I just
You
be
wanna
walking
walk
through everyone's
nicely?
like fucking space and just kind of be like, nope, 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 just like
Sorry,
walking out from them?
I haven't been haughty in a while. I needed to point out.
So as the sort of rank and file, the guys that seem to be leading this move past you, Finn, and shrug, you do see one of the like little Gith in the background kind of reaches up their hand and takes a bite of your bread and sticks it in their mouth and like pokes you to try to get you to move forward. The more that you're able to move in the same direction they're going, the less the weapons are pointing at you. This seems to be some sort of liaison, but you do get the sense that, you know, last time you saw these guys, you killed a couple of their buddies, and they are not too keen on you, perhaps because of that.
Yeah,
I'm
and it
so
also means that they're
rude.
probably not keen on fighting us because they're like, "Eee."
I'm showing no resistance. I'm going without it.
I'm walking
they-
ahead of
I'm gonna be-
everyone. I'm not
gonna be a
walking behind
stubborn-
any of them. I'm just like,
I'm gonna be a stubborn piece of shit the whole time.
Okay, all right.
Are
so
they leading us back towards like where we were before?
You are going towards the lighthouse, which is where you found the first trail. So you're not going back towards the farms. You're sort of going down the coastline.
No, I meant like towards where we met Priscilla the first time.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
Okay, as we get closer to like the entrance, I'm walking slower and more reluctantly.
There is one. So the behind you in the very back is one of the Gith holding a Minotaur, and then there's one more in the very back that sort of notices you trailing behind, and when you go a little bit slowly, he pokes his spear at you and says, "Move."
I really don't want to.
Well, you should have thought about that the first time you came in.
I didn't try to fight anybody the first time I came in.
Do
I'm gonna
care about
turn to
your
the
whole
Minotaur.
history?
And I'm going to talk to the Minotaur. Do they treat you okay? Because if they don't treat you all right, I'd love to show you how it is to be treated by a proper handler.
Oh.
Turn the Minotaur. Turn the
Handler.
Minotaur.
Are you trying to bone this
Handler.
Minotaur?
Okay. Are you using your speak with animals feat?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to make a persuasion
I'll
check.
show you what it's like when you have a proper handler, Mr. Minotaur.
17.
17 on that. You hear the sort of grumbling and growling as the Minotaur like almost begins to speak to you, and then suddenly the chain pulls on it. So you sort of hear this like and it pulls on its chain and it rears back and begins to moo and cow and growl away. And
Moo and
stops trying to
cow.
talk to you.
The normal language of cows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
To
turn to
cowl
the
away.
Minotaur handler. You know, you could be a little gentler to him.
Nothing gentle about this creature.
Yeah, well, people used to think that I was only gentle, so maybe you think wrong.
There's not much gentle about you either, scum.
I can't wait till we throw you to the fucking wolves.
I can't wait to put an arrow in your throat, dead man.
I can't wait to eat a good bite for a minute.
I can't
can't
wait
wait
to
to-
just get the fuck away from all of you. Can we get out of here, please?
I can't wait to bomb the Dodongo.
What is happening? This is the weirdest session we've had, and that really says something. What the
Oh my
fuck?
god.
Oh my god. Oh, all right. So, I get the sense. I'm not trying to put any directions in your mouth. I get the sense that you're moving with them, even though it's reluctant and shitty. Okay.
Yeah.
You begin to go down the trail that leads away from the top of the coast and sort of follows that the little rocky crags and again the misty ocean begins to crash against you. It's early afternoon. It's probably about 3:30-ish, mid-afternoon at this point. You finished your fighting about 1 and 2.5 hours went away, and you walk back. So 3:30, pushing on to 4 o'clock as you see the entrance of the cave, and you notice that the Lawful statue seems to be completely gone from the entrance of this particular cave. Not too sure where that is right now. They pull you in, the darkness comes around, they lead you around the secret way to get past the weird giant pit hole that you guys had almost fallen into previously. You hear the water dripping around you and find yourselves now standing in the chamber where you originally met Priscilla to begin with. And it is at this point that the Gith kind of shrink back around you. The Minotaur seems to be put away back into its cage. And we'll move you back to this map, which I forgot to clean up. Dumb DM. But you are now back in this particular cave, and you see Priscilla sitting directly behind that odd-looking stalagmite at the top of her.
Hold on, I'm way back at the end.
What is she, scared?
Put you in here.
Thank you.
Neriad, I got you here. Oops, I got you, Neriad. Let me put you in here. I don't know why you're... Oh, wait, that's a light spell. There we go. This thing's gone. These Gith are hanging around you. There's more of them than you see here.
God, she's so
Oh,
hot.
yeah, I got Proton, too. Oops. Proton, too.
I'm sorry, I thought my mic was muted.
No, you didn't.
James.
Nothing over there. Okay. And you find yourselves now back in the underground layer of Priscilla, and you see her visage peek around the sides of the stalagmite as she watches you all file in. So, it has been an eventful few weeks for you, has it not? Welcome back to my home. I am sorry the circumstances, but I was not sure you would come so voluntarily, as you have seemed to disobey every command that I have given you thus far, so...
Oh, we're a little hard to control. My name's Neriad, by the way. Hello.
Pleasure. I do remember you and your friends, although it does look like some of you can breathe a little easier than you did last time you were here. I would remind you of that. I was merciful.
I don't
I
want
not?
to die.
Well, not many who live do. I called you here because there is something that was part of our bargain, which you obviously decided not to do. Is this correct?
I was unconscious for all that. What was that?
It's mostly just that we've been rather busy.
I can see this. Well, things have changed since the Whirlpool disappeared and since the Occupy movement was derailed in a certain way. However,
We had nothing to do with that, by the way. That wasn't us.
I am aware. I
That's
do
good.
believe it might have been my own mistake in trusting the wrong people. A gentleman came to see me, not a month or so ago, perhaps a little more. He told me that he could help bring us weapons for our movement, as well as help set a wonderful trap for everyone to see. Well, I trusted him to set up this trap at the Masquerade Ball, where the Occupy movement would make ourselves known and earn more respect. And unfortunately, he unleashed some sort of terror on that party. Something which I believe was connected to the elf murderers in the area, yes?
Something like that.
Supposedly.
Well, you can understand then how I am in a precarious position. Everything that I worked for, I put into this person and into this big event here, and it has all gone to nothing. I do appreciate you excavating what was left of that ship, which I believe had many of my supplies and weapons that were being shipped here on it.
The
Yes,
blur?
of course I knew about this. It's very easy to feed you all information. I fed the old ones the pamphlets, and I fed the mouse one the treasure ship for him to liberate for us, so I do appreciate this. You've been doing my bidding without even knowing it, so I thank you.
This is why I escaped to the woods. Schemes.
We didn't bring anything. We stupidly left it all down below. We made a big deal about that for like 5 minutes. So We can go back and get it. It'll take like 40 minutes, though.
Oh no, now that the harpies are gone, I'm sure that I can do my best.
I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. You're more
Didn't
than
one of them?
capable.
Didn't one of them live? Didn't one of them?
Yeah,
get
one
away?
of them flew away, but she doesn't
Yeah.
even know that.
she could probably fucking decimate the thing. I don't care.
They were watching you from afar and imagine that you killed them all, so that's the information that they have. That's fun to know.
Nice, got him.
Fun to know. She begins to lean forward a little bit and looks at you all. I never intended for this relationship to be so
Sexual.
Finnigan.
Sorry, it's just
no,
a joke.
I certainly intended it for it to be
No,
that,
it's just a joke. What?
but I did not intend it to be so abrasive. I did not mean to take the people who I do believe are here doing good things for everyone, including the people that I represent. But
So, I'm sorry, if your intention wasn't for, our relationship to be so abrasive, why did you send a herd of people to come and round us up and bring us down here? If you
And
were
assholes
so,
at that.
If you were so keen on, feeding us all information and having a good relationship, why didn't you just send a messenger?
she leans forward for a second and she speaks in Drow directly to
Oh.
you.
Fucking asshole!
Uh-oh.
To you, Zaundur. She looks in and she says, while I have certain intentions, my men do not. You see, you still do owe them for killing their brothers. So, I let them feel as if they have some power, and then, well, I bring you here and give you what I'm really looking for. Yes?
Sex. Wait, what?
Finnigan understood all of that. Not what was said. He thinks he understood.
How close is Drow Elvish to actual Elvish? Like, I could probably pick out a couple.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check just for fun.
It's probably like a weird subsection of a language, like the difference between like
I mean,
different
it's
kinds of
just a dialect.
Spanish.
Yeah.
9. I don't understand that much.
Yeah, I would say maybe you caught things like my men, and you caught things like yes at the end that she keeps saying, her little pattern that she's got. Not too much you're able to pick up on there. As she leans back and into her chair, she nods at Zaundur for a moment. You can talk about my message all you want, but I do have some information that I promise to give you, and I'm willing to keep up my end of the bargain if you will alter your end of the bargain.
What did we ask her for? What information was that?
Could you remind us of this bargain? Just in case someone forgot or someone was sort of unconscious for a bit or zoned out.
Your drow friend there, like me, has a keen interest in the upcoming meeting between the Council of the Drow that happens in Port Zane.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to be the ambassador for the city in this regard, and it happens to be occurring 2 days from this moment.
Oh, it's lucky.
If you still want to interact with this, I can help you find a way to do it. This
I
event is
missed
also
all of that. I was reading my notes. Sorry.
Wonderful. So, to recap, for
I
you
got
and
it.
for the rest of the audience here, she is, she sort of runs the underbelly of Port Zane, but she also is, at least claims to be, a representative for the needy and the
people,
poor. And she's given, because she's one of the only drow in the region that's not tied to the actual drow colonies, she's given this role of ambassador. So she actually does have an official title through the government of the area, and they ask her to be the liaison for any drow, interplay or communication that happens, across the continent. And they have a meeting in Port Zane with all the drow colonies
In 2 days.
in 2 days from now. It happens about once
Right,
every
okay.
year
Sorry.
or so.
I was just looking at the sentence that was Priscilla is interested in Zaundur, comma, sexually.
Right.
So you said, or she said colonies, or did she say
She did. She did
colony?
say-
So
she said
there.
colonies.
Okay, so I could. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm assuming the right things.
Okay.
Continue. All right. This is drow meeting going on, and such.
Turns out this is less of a meeting and more of a celebration. You see that
Oh.
I have been told that the 2 northern colonies, not the ones that I believe you are from based on your dialects, young Zaundur. The 2 northern colonies have decided to merge with I can't talk today. With each other.
I love
with each other is the word I'm trying to say. In doing so, they have a entire wedding celebration planned for the entire week,
Ooh, a
beginning,
wedding.
evidently, with some sort of grand display of power. They have asked that I open the fighting pits and give them quite a wonderful event to celebrate this great reconnection of the colonies. What is more surprising, perhaps, A, that the Drow usually want to come in secret and have no one watch them, and B, that evidently the northern colony is now run by a king, not a queen.
So for the non-drow, is that a...
That's very odd, Finn.
Is that odd? Oh.
They're
That's
kind
weird,
of a
yeah.
whole matriarchy setup.
Oh,
down
I get
there.
that. I get that, yeah.
Well, so I am a bit stuck. I have an
So-
event to plan, but I have the information that you need.
I think I know what you mean. You want us to kill the king.
What the fuck, Finn? No.
Why else would she be so secretive about this?
To be honest with you, I do not care whether they die or live, but I do have responsibilities. I have to do this once per year.
Are you wanting us to be your big demonstration in the fighting pits? What is...
That is one idea. I have some other ideas, but that is the first one, yes.
I just want to know the truth behind the death of the matron.
In order for you to get that, you need to get close to them. I will have arranged that the winners of the fight are able to, how do you say, congregate with the royalty afterwards. Perhaps this will be a moment for you to learn exactly what it is you wish.
Wait, is this a... He switches to Drowish. Is that supposed to mean a sex thing, or...
She smiles and leans back in her chair a little bit, still kind of hiding behind her little
Nice.
stalagmite
Yes,
thing.
that's a yes.
You are such an interesting bunch. I cannot know what your priorities are. I meet you.
Honestly, neither do we, if that makes you feel better about it.
You understand that you are the heroes of the city. And yet, in the moments I've known you, you've talked about sex more than anything.
I'm sorry, you know
fascinated.
what they say when you meet your heroes. It's always a little bit disappointing.
I did not say you were my heroes, mind you, but,
Yours, the cities, doesn't really matter.
well,
Oh, give it some time. It will grow on you.
I will certainly tell them that it is not expected for them to fuck the winners.
It's not in my nature to talk about sex. It just seems to be everywhere.
Well,
It's plastered on billboards now, in our media, all the plays.
I think
Exactly,
it's more like your
Finnigan.
eyes were
Walking down the
opened or
street.
something. Like once you really like kind of knew what it was, you started noticing it more and more. It's
Exactly. Wait,
Oh, like the Barbara Streisand.
All right, so let's.
I don't know what that means.
All
for
right.
Barbara Streisand, she was quite the singer back in the day. She was a
Oh,
bard.
she's
from
beautiful.
I've never heard of her.
Promise.
Anyway, you might want to look into her since you're a little Barty boy. Anyway, so the fight, that's it. That's all you have to do is go fight in your
You
little
call me a
pit
little
thing.
Barty boy.
All I'm asking is that
Zaundur,
you
not the
fight,
time.
And of course, if you are to make this work, is that you win.
Sure.
If you do
Well,
not win against whatever crew they are bringing to fight against you, then, well, we are in trouble.
I'm sure it won't be
Now,
a
the
problem.
fighting pits do work in the way that you would expect. They have healers to the sides that will, of course, keep it from being death-defying. You will have to use weapons provided by the fighting pits, so you do not use anything that causes permanent damage to occur. All magic must be subdued in its less than lethal ways.
So basically,
What
don't fucking
about-
kill anyone, and then you're fine.
Exactly.
Right.
Knock them out, wipe the floor with them, but do not kill.
So do we need like a team name or anything for this? Like costumes or uniform, a mascot?
How is it that you are the most important people in the city right now? I do not.
Because
How can this be possible?
Priscilla,
I'm thinking
no, no, no.
marketing.
Here's really
Have
what
you
it is.
considered that
If you-
everyone else may be very incompetent?
Well, here's what it is really. I mean, Zaundur's not wrong, but also, when you present like this, it's very disarming to people, and they don't know what to expect from you. And we're all rather capable people.
Oh yeah, I can be.
I'm
shit when I need to be.
Yes.
I've been
Meena.
telling you I was capable since I met you.
Oh, alright. Okay. Anyway. Are we done here? Is there something else? Are you, like, do we need to win in this fight first before you to tell us this information? I just want to know. It's fucking dark in here and I'm getting all musty.
Was that a crack about us being drow?
Yep.
You don't look so good since I last saw you. Are you alright?
It's moldy in here and I'm getting kind of sniffly.
Oh.
She's had bad allergies since I can remember.
It's not really great, so the underground just doesn't really agree with me.
Make a
Yeah,
deception check. I'll give you advantage because Finn helped you.
Thank you, Jake. Oh, those are great. Those are amazing. All of the numbers that could ever be numbers. Deception?
Yeah.
25.
She sort of smirks at that and looks you all over once again. Look, at this point, I have given you what I know. The drow are coming. If you can win this competition, I can have an excuse to put you in the same room as them. And at that point, do whatever you want. Of course, within reason. I do have to... You understand that this is my governmental position. This is not my other endeavors. This is the one time in the entire year I have to actually do what I am supposed to be doing.
Sure.
I think we should take her up on this offer.
I do
It's
too.
easier than
Wasn't-
sneaking in, right?
I mean, yeah, also, we're the heroes of the city. Everyone will turn up for it. Let's just hope we don't get our asses kicked.
Turn
Ooh,
up
you
like
could
show
advertise
up,
your
or turn up
pay-per-view.
like what the kids are saying. Like
Why not both, Finn?
I like
So,
that.
in 2 days' time, you will report to the fighting pits. You will turn over your weapons, or at least leave them at home, and you will fight. And I hope you will win, or otherwise this whole plan is for nothing.
All
Agreed?
right. Yeah, that sounds great.
good. Priscilla,
And now-
I've got a question for you.
Mm.
This whole, movement of yours, helping people. whatever. Occupy, yes. What's in it for you? What's the point? You want to run the city?
I do not have any idea of power, but I do
Insight check.
understand.
Sorry, just hear
Is she
James
lying?
whisper.
You can roll that. You can roll that in a second. Yeah.
Is she the lyingest bitch I know?
She says, I do not have an idea of power, but I do know what it is like to have no power. I simply hope that the people around me will have some for once. And yes, it does become a little easier to make a little more money when those in charge are keen to like you.
It's like cheese on a moon pie, just extra.
Aren't they already keen to like you? I mean, you kind of run things on the other side of the coin, so to speak.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 17.
17. She looks at you, looks at the rest of the party. Sometimes in life, you make calls based on what you think is going to be the best for you, and sometimes the best for the people that you love. And at this point, she stands up and moves to the side of the stalagmite. And you can notice, after a few weeks later, she has a little bit of a bump in her belly.
Oh my god, you've been bitten.
Oh.
Perhaps this is some sort of surface way of saying what I think you're saying, yes.
That
So,
was a joke.
I mean, is the daddy here?
No.
You're looking at him. I'm just kidding.
Finnigan.
Indeed, you are not.
What? A fucking halfling, half drow would be fucking weird, dude.
Oh yeah, it'd probably be an abomination. It'd probably be disregarded from any family it would ever meet. Abandoned on the side of the street. I'm just kidding.
What do you mean?
It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
The father is the person that got me into this mess, and I have not seen him since. So, that is what's happening here. Seems to be some kind of long connection, but obviously, I have more priorities at this time.
Do you want us to hunt the father down and enslave him for you?
Actually, that would be a wonderful thing if you could do this.
All right, give us a name and
Might.
we'll put it in our calendar.
What,
So-
who is he?
He told me his name was Hector.
All right, yeah, I'll kill every Hector I can
what is-
find.
I'm
What
sorry.
does Hector look
I'm
like?
sorry. Is he round about 5'10", dark skin?
No, he was. Well,
Probably drow.
he was elven, yes, and more lighter skin. I found
Alright.
that he was thin, gaunt looking, and seemed to have all sorts of ideas about equality and making the people rise up against the powers that were against them. And, well, it was a charmer, that is for sure.
Hector really knew how to play him. He did.
Yeah, certainly does.
Priscilla, have you ever thought about getting into the religion game
Excuse me?
with Occupy?
I do believe that the point is that those power structures in place, including organized religion, are all just trying to milk you for everything you have and convince you that you're supposed to be in the class that you are actually in. So no.
Oh, see, I'm starting something different than that. Because I hate that shit too.
I think that you have found time for you to leave. Yes, is everyone?
I'm good with that.
Everyone-
Have
I'm just
a-
like, if you invest now, it's, then I'll be walking.
and you find yourself.
That's a terrible
so-
sales pitch,
It'll-
Finnigan. You
it'll
should work
involve-
on that.
It'll involve dividends.
The guards are now by force escorting you out of the building.
Why is this a fucking pyramid scheme, Finn? I thought you wanted to start a church.
Shut up! I know what I'm doing.
As those sounds echo around the chamber, you are let out actually through the front exit for once and find yourselves in the.
Which was the other way across the bridge? Question mark.
It would have been.
No, probably through the building.
There's a fork in the road up here where this is where the Minotaur came out the first
Yeah,
time.
that building where the Gith were.
Yeah, where the gift were. So you actually can go through that building and you.
So
find
when
yourselves-
we come down the tunnel from where the bridge was into either the fork where the Minotaur was or where Priscilla just was, we went down the
Yes.
fork. Okay.
Yes, and you do walk past the Minotaur now, butting up against the iron gates that's behind it. And as Meena, as you walk by, you hear some like snorts and some growls that seem to be particularly like. Actually, make an insight check.
Horny? Question mark.
Come on.
Hey,
Nice.
good job. That's a good pun. Good job.
Thank you.
I'll make it up.
Oh, wow. Okay, a 7. That is the
You have
worst
no
I've ever
idea.
rolled on Insight ever.
You just
Do
hear
I
a,
know?
you just hear a Minotaur grunting at you, and without any language understanding of animals. No, it's just making noises.
I'm gonna call out, "Stay strong, friend." That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
He's
I
a
will.
minotaur. I think he's always strong.
You make your way out of Priscilla's lair and into the Dimimond. It is now, it's like about an hour, that whole thing to happen. So you do see the sun starting to kind of fall down into the sky. The evening is approaching. The warmth around you. I should mention a little bit more about this. This is getting into sort of hot summer at this point. You guys started in the spring, and it's now cresting into a very, very warm part. Zaundur, every time you go out, it's a little bit more sticky and gross and awful and
Oh,
warm and
God.
humid because you're near the water, so it's not particularly pleasant. But when the sun goes down and the shadows come through and you get a nice breeze, it's not too bad.
Oh, isn't it disgusting? I love it.
The stickier that it gets and the hotter it gets, kind of feels more like home because of the bog, right?
That's
Nice.
very true, yes. The
Awesome.
humidity, yeah, the only thing is missing is just every time you walk, you feeling a squish and having a bug bite you. That's
Oh,
not quite happening.
Ugh, the ball.
how do you surfacers stand this?
Well, this is actually really nice.
You live not here. That's how you stand it.
Called resolve.
Oh, when it gets really hot out, I usually dig a hole and then just kind of crawl into it and wait there until it's over.
Ah, so you use the drow method then of just being in a hole until the
Hey.
sun's gone.
Yeah,
Am I
much
wrong?
less deep though. Like,
At least I just
maybe
live in a
3
hole
feet.
instead of being a hole like you.
It's like a
Wow.
worm.
All right.
That was. Wow, Zaundur, have you been working on your insults?
I'm sorry.
That one hurt my feelings.
That was actually really good. That was insane, Zaundur.
I missed everything. I zoned out there for a second. Could you go over the insult again?
We're at the bar yet?
Probably, yeah. that's where
Great.
you're
I
all
go
heading back
into the
to.
bar
Yep.
and I'm just like, fucking, I'll go mix drinks or some shit. Talk
Okay.
to Nidril, who's my only real friend here.
Okay, yep. So you make your way to the tavern. It is almost time for opening. Usually you tend to open it right when the 5 o'clock comes around. So that's happening any moment now. Nidril is cleaning the last things, preparing the last little bits of food. And you do see, actually made a token for him, just in case. You do see Derek trying to get some dishes done, and he actually kind of comes out of the room and says, hey, boss, someone boofed it in the icebox earlier. I had to clean that out. That was... and then he sort of looks over at Neriad and Finn for a second, but doesn't decide to say anything. I just wanted you to know.
Thank you for cleaning that up. I appreciate that. That's really fucking gross. I'm sorry I had to deal with that.
That's okay.
I do feel a bit...
What did it look like?
Alright, we're not gonna get into that conversation.
Was it like
right
halfling
now.
size
That's
or
disgusting.
human size?
Oh God, please stop talking.
It was just a little bit of vomit. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh.
I got it clean though, nice and fresh.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank
Derek.
you.
I appreciate that. I give Neriad a weird fucking look. I'm like, why are you thinking? It's not your bar.
Then you also see coming from downstairs, dressed like maitre d' and sort of waitress gear that they wear at night, are Nakri and Gwenny coming down and getting ready.
Gwenny, Natalie. The name.
Natalie, yep. Never live it down. Yeah. So, what are y'all doing?
I'm getting ready to run my bar for the night, ignoring everyone.
All right. Zaundur, Meena, could I talk to you over here, please?
Sure, Finnigan. What's going on?
Absolutely. Sure.
If I sat down next to Neriad, no matter what, probably, so Neriad, you can hear this as well.
Oh, hello.
I've been here.
Matthias is sitting on your shoulder.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Flawless impersonation.
You have any sugar?
Thank you.
Please be nice. So first things first, I'd really like some food. Could some of you order something? Because I can't talk to him.
Hey,
Why
big
can't you
guy.
talk to him?
Hey, over there.
Is he threatening you?
Oh,
No, kind of.
he puts down a couple.
What?
Hitting him
Kind
with his
of.
penis. What?
He was like carrying a very large keg of wine, and he sort of like sits it down for a second, I guess. Yeah, and then he walks over and puts his dirty cloth on, and his little monkey jumps up on his shoulder. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, could we get maybe a few snacks? A charcuterie board, perhaps, or something along those lines.
Yeah, sorry, boss. Do they eat for free, or I don't know how this works?
I mean,
I'm literally your brother.
I suppose, yeah.
All right.
But and like as he walks by, I'm like, but not in excess. Like, cut him off if they get too rowdy.
You got it. Yeah. And he sort of scritches the monkey, and the monkey runs in the back.
I hate that fucking monkey.
Putting some stuff together.
Think about the feces he has. All right.
He's too
so,
fuzzy.
He just keeps standing there.
Thanks for that. Why is he T-posing?
Oh, that's all we need. You can go now. Thanks, though.
I just was curious about your night. Sounded like you had a wild ride.
He didn't you say that he brought feathers back to you? You probably should tell him or something. I think you might owe it to him.
Yeah, Finnigan, talk to Derek. I'm like,
We were
cleaning the bar.
bred, if that helps.
What the fuck?
All right. And he just walks away.
Finn, if this guy's threatening you, I can take care of him.
That'd be an excellent. Wait, no, you're thinking kill. Don't kill him.
I don't think he believed me when I told him we were
Zaundur.
bred.
Keep that in the back of your
Zaundur.
mind, actually.
Meena, what?
I think that Derek is trying to flirt with Finnigan.
Oh. Are you sure?
So plan B, or point B, sorry, not plan. This isn't planned. I'm starting a church.
A church to who?
Oh, to Belial the Defiler, to Saloon. Meena, what do you think?
Well, we haven't really talked religion in a little while, and I know that you like kind of got all dark for a little bit. You never really told me what was going on, but you like do weird stuff now. But that's awesome that you're starting the church to saloon. Can I help?
Of course, yeah. That's why I brought you two over. Zaundur, I said you didn't really have to do the religion things. But maybe you'd like.
Oh! Meena can make moonshine, and we can put a bar in the church and call it the Saloon Saloon.
I really, really fucking like that. I'm not sure how she'd feel about that though.
Oh, that's a good point.
What? Saloon likes moonshine. It's called moonshine. Right?
She has a point. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate.
Why? It wouldn't be called moonshine if Saloon didn't approve.
I didn't really get to finish my training, so I'm not going to say no or yes to that, but I'll say yes.
Well, I'm still a newer believer to Saloon, but I would participate in a church.
Excellent. It's not really a church starting out. It's more of the Occupy thing, I guess, right now.
Oh.
But not that. That's why I made it seem like I wanted her investing, so that way she'd stay the hell away from this church thing, because I want it to be a church. But people don't really react well to you saying like, "Hi, come in, join my church, and believe in God, and donate money because I need it," and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, Saloon needs it, stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah. People like alcohol, so if it's going to be a gathering, then we can have moonshine, and it'll be her consecrated drink.
Yeah,
that's right.
We all get plastered in Praise Saloon, okay? Yes, our first meeting is tonight, actually, at Nobody's Beach, under the moon. We'll see how many people are coming in and everything. I don't like you
Finnigan,
there.
Why are you only just now asking us to help with this if the first meeting is tonight? Like, you didn't have to do this all by yourself. We would have helped.
I didn't really
at least practice some hymns.
I don't know any hymns, so that's not.
Oh really... well, I can write some hymns.
All right, it's not really that sort of meeting. Truthfully, I didn't really know where you stood with Saloon, Meena, or Zaundur. You just kind of just started being her.
That's true.
Thing, so I didn't really think you'd be interested.
Well, I still like Saloon. I still follow her. I've felt her presence, and even though everything that my family taught me about her might be wrong, I still believe in her and how she's guided my life.
All right, I just I know you've been breaking the puffs or chains of your family, and I didn't know if Saloon fell underneath that or not.
I don't think that Saloon is a chain. What do you think Saloon is a chain?
Absolutely not. She's the opposite of a chain. She's a nice chain backwards.
That's not a thing, Finnigan.
Well, you don't know that. You grew up in a bog.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'd just like you to be there, just to help, and just in case no one shows up, I'd like to not be embarrassed.
You know, there is a god of chains. It's just called the Chain. Cool, huh?
Thanks, Neriad.
I think your church idea is a cool idea.
Yeah,
I would be interested in helping as well, yeah.
I just like to start a force for Saloon, because we're gonna need it.
The Moon Force.
I don't want to call it that.
We could be sailors and then be like Sailor Moon Force.
I like that a lot, actually.
I don't know why you would do that.
I kind of like that.
Oh yeah! And a little monkey runs up and brings you your.
Jesus! I thought it was a demon.
Snacks. Yeah, a little demon comes up. She's wearing like a sailor outfit with a mini skirt, and she stabs Neriad in the chest.
Hey, you can't take our names.
What is happening here?
The little monkey brings you,
monkey stabbing me.
He's really interesting. He's able to balance a plate on both hands and his tail, and he sort of like wobbles towards you and then hops up and.
Wait, where did the monkey come from? Who is the monkey?
That's Derek's.
It's Derek's monkey. I'm gonna give the monkey some scritches and say, "You're a really good monkey."
Yeah. And he runs back to Derek and whips around and sort of like stares over at you.
All right.
Don't let it on your back. I've heard you have a lot of problems if there's a monkey on your back.
So, I normally I'd tell Gwen, but she seems busy, and I also don't think she likes the whole religion thing. But all of you are really religious, like super duper, way up into it. Probably more than me, which is weird. So when I died and Saloon brought me back, I went to train to be a cleric in the Elven Forest for a bit. It went great. I loved them. It was awesome. Training was great. It was way lonely. But it was cool. And then we met some trouble. We met a lot of trouble with some other people, other like followers of Saloon, or not Saloon, of some other gods. Apparently, like there's this big like shitstorm between some different churches and such.
I'm not really surprised. Usually, it's a point of contention amongst religious people.
Yeah, well, it kind of threw me for a loop. So I had to leave. That's why I don't really know what to do about Saloon or anything. I only know the basics. And I am looking for the other clerics of that church. Trying to, all 6 of them. And I'd like to try and make sure Saloon isn't forgotten. And to needs more churches and such. Make her a bit more well known.
I'd love to help with that.
Just if you're tied to it, people might come and kill us or whatever, or fight them, but who knows?
Let them
Well,
come.
if they try, I'll be there to protect you.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah, that's why I made you a Moon Knight.
Exactly.
Also, when I almost died again at Priscilla's, I had a weird vision of Saloon. Talked to her. She cured Feather's blindness, which was great. Got the 2 tears. Point to Zaundur, like that. Yeah, she gave me a choice. To keep on as I was, or tie myself more to her. And that's what I'm doing. I don't really know much about the
Talk to
religion.
you directly?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's very interesting. You know, it doesn't necessarily matter what you know about her at this point. You're kind of in it.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of worried about. I'm like way in there, and I know nothing. It's like being captain, but it's like if Meena was a sea captain. She hadn't seen like the ocean to start, but now she's leading a bunch of people. So she has to kind of learn on your own, you know? I'd just like to not do that. I'd like help. And Neriad, I know you follow Ao or the God of Gods,
Yeah.
which kind of like falls under Saloon.
No one really worships him anymore. It's a very, very old god.
Well, maybe we
Yes,
can have some Ao in Saloon's church. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Oh, we can worship other gods too?
I don't see why not. Is that a problem?
Oh, no. I just was also wondering, because as far as moon goddesses go, I'm more familiar with Illustrae, who was a
don't
drow
know that.
goddess.
Oh, okay.
of-
Not sure how she feels about that. But
Why don't we just make a Church of the Moon, and then it can be all of the different
that sounds
moon
great.
gods.
Yeah, to all the moons, all the hot ladies, and Ao. We'll call it Ao's
You don't have to
harem.
mention
I'm
him.
Sorry.
He kind
No,
of
well,
likes it when no one knows who he is, I think, so
Did-
maybe we can have a secret back room
When you
that
said
has
the
a
thing
little
about
bit of AO in it.
when you said the thing about the hot ladies, it was just so happened to be Derek was walking around
a
nearby
fucking
you,
quiz.
and he just sort of like you hear him just sort of chuckle. And he just keeps walking, doing his job, setting things up. It is now time for the bar to open, and so Nidril goes up and unlocks the front door, and you do see a few customers ready to come in. This is the place to be, still, for the most part.
Get the hell away from our table.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just kidding. You can have
I'm so sorry.
Wrong.
so
I'm sorry. No, wait, I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm so
Wait, no, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Sir,
here.
sir, here, hold on,
sign anything.
sir. Here, would you like a free sample of Moonbeam to make up for my friend's terrible
No,
manners?
please give him the mood bead for me. I'm the one who's sorry. I would
No, wait,
never hurt the middle.
What's your
bit. I would-
name, sir? I'm sorry.
Oh, he knows who we are. Look at that.
Francis.
I'm
Mark
so
it.
sorry.
Francis, you know what? Whenever honeymoon opens, you get a free moon pie. As big as you like. How about that? Is that fair?
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know what that means, but if it's coming from you,
It's
I'm
next
sure
door.
it's
It's
wonderful.
gonna be great.
Okay, I'm so sorry. And he
Can I-
walks to the back.
Can I give you a sample of the moonbeam?
Oh, okay, sure, anything, yeah.
Why are you doing that with your hands?
I'm
down.
just really scared that I upset you, and I didn't.
No,
Oh
I
no.
think
What
you're
are you
all
doing
wonderful.
to the customers? Are
My
you
daughter,
upsetting them?
she wears your makeup. She's.
I don't know.
My son says he wants to name his duck feathers. I just.
He has a duck.
Your son has a duck that's so
He
sweet.
wants a duck. And wants to name it feathers.
Oh.
They poop a lot. I don't recommend
Sir,
can I
getting
have
a
some
duck
of that?
as a pet.
I
Would
just-
you like a
Yes,
drink,
and they
sir?
have 12-inch corkscrew
Yes,
penises.
please. around for all of them, please.
All right.
I won't turn that around.
I don't know, something about a corkscrew penis happened. It's
true. No, it's true.
He will
Why
take
is
a
that-
sample of your moonbeam, though.
Why has that been brought up so
I give a
many
sample of
times?
moonbeam because it's
Because it's very
horrifying,
important.
Faye. It's
very
horrifying.
important. An important fact about ducks is that they have 12-inch corkscrew penises, which they shed.
I hate it. I hate everything about that. Hold on, let me just
By the way,
end the
Finnigan,
stream
you
real
feel
quick.
something in your pants. I'm just kidding.
I feel like Zaundur. I feel like Zaundur still browses Tumblr. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, that's 100%.
Mm,
Like,
no,
Well,
like old
oh
GeoCities
my God.
websites about ducks.
What the hell is
Um,
happening?
I don't know. I've lost control of this episode from the very beginning.
You never have control.
You've never had
Zach.
control of
Come
this
on.
entire game, Zach.
It's all good. It's all good. I love it. Francis goes, takes his moonbeam, nods at you, smiles, and goes to the corner. A few more customers come in, and yeah, the time passes as much time as you'd like. What time are you gonna have the meeting, Finnigan?
soon when the moon is pretty is like 45 angle in the sky.
So when the moon's
That's not-
rising.
Yeah.
What?
When the moon's
When it's
rising.
dark and the moon is
Okay.
starting to rise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My brain
Let's
didn't
just
put those words
presume you
together.
have to chill for about 2 hours here, and
That's
then you
all right.
know that it's gonna be time for you to be getting there. Are you bringing things with you, or are you? doing
Uh,
something else?
Yeah, I'm bringing some things, but nothing really. Yeah, nothing like expansive or anything.
Okay.
Neriad
okay.
just brings a couple candles with him because he has a hard time seeing in the dark, so he
Okay.
just brings a few things.
I, in that point in time, sneak out of the bar. I don't want anyone
You
to know.
own
it's
it.
at
You
a
don't
bar.
need to sneak out.
Oh.
You can just walk out.
Nope.
You're sneaking out. What you doing?
I don't want you to know where I'm going.
Who you banging?
Uh,
Who you banging?
Who aren't
So-
I banging? Wait, what?
Why are you running?
So, yeah,
Why are
a
you
couple,
running?
a couple of those hours
Why are
go
you
by.
running?
You collect what you need. Gwen is
How do you
able-
run it?
Gwen's able to slip out on an errand and then doesn't actually decide to come back. So we'll actually start there. Gwen, where are you going?
I am going down to, I think, Nobody's Beach.
Oh.
It's basically so Nobody's Beach is it would be considered like off the shore itself. So you know it's basically that, but Nobody's Beach is pretty freaking expansive.
Sure,
Goes all the
I'm
way
going
to
to Priscilla's.
Yeah,
If that,
you're going to
if I must be candid.
You would go through part of Nobody's Beach to get
Right.
to Priscilla's, and you make it down there. That lawless statue's still gone. You now kind of know your way in. Are you trying to sneak past guards? Or are you saying hey to them because they are some people posted?
They're not gonna attack me. I'll just be like, I've got to talk to your majesty, thanks, and just keep walking, and if they try to stop me, I will make them not stop me. But
She needs her rest. She's.
I'm aware.
What do we?
I-
Should we? What do we? I don't know.
I just keep walking as they're like, I don't know what to do. I just walk through their squares, because I can do that, and just leave.
Yeah, that works for this time around at least. So you do go back to that room, but she's not there. And then finally another person is, walks up to you and screams out, "You're not supposed to be!" And then suddenly you hear a voice, it's fine. I'm not yet asleep. It's okay." So, you need something else from me?
I don't need anything else from it. I just wanted to talk to you about Hector, actually. What did he tell you his last name?
No, I guess I did not ask this.
And are you sure that it wasn't an illusion that he was under?
Oh, I'm quite sure it was not an illusion. It was as real as it gets, I thought.
All right. I have a friend who uses that alias sometimes, and I was wondering if it was the same person. He's rather charming.
I do not know. This Hector was quite real, and yet you were very charming. Yes, he could spin a tale with his tongue. He was quite good at many things.
Was he a singer?
His tongue, you say?
Then a
Not there.
tail with his tongue.
Good do other. Hey, baby, what that mouth do?
She thinks for a second. He did like to sing to me. Yes, it was not like a performance, but she embarrassingly looks down. I believe I was swept off my feet, as they say.
I kind of like touch my like necklace when she says something like, yeah, I get that.
Kidnapped. Yep.
Roundabout, when was this? Was it when the party happened? Was that when he was here?
No, it was quite before this. It was, it was probably days after the earthquake, actually.
And then he left.
He did. He said that he would help me. He would help set up the things that we needed at the masquerade. I was to take him at his word and send my people there to attack at the right moment, and, well, I trusted him. I had some communications with him in my mind. He would send me messages, things to do, things to
What did his voice sound like?
It was a deep voice. It sounded like love. That sounds so silly to say. He was articulate and yet somehow sad. Honest, but also so thinking of the world beyond me. I only knew him for a few days, and I thought that this was my life.
Zach, timeline-wise.
Yeah.
After the earthquake, the Sackville thing happened, then the masquerade party, right?
Well, yes.
Okay. I wanted to get that timeline correct.
Yeah, I mean, the Sackville thing was probably a week after the earthquake. Maybe a little bit more than that.
I think it was a little bit more than a week because we initially went to the Half Mounds after the.
Well, it was like a month after the earthquake.
Before his party.
No, the earthquake had happened. It was about two and a half weeks prior to like sort of session 0 of the campaign. It wasn't quite a month.
It was
okay, so then it was like 3.5 weeks because when we went back to the Half Mounds, it had been a week and a half since we started. So
it was
yes,
the earthquake was on Ashran's birthday.
I thought by Sackville thing you meant Sackville's birthday party. Sackville's birthday party was a little earlier.
No,
so
I'm talking about him dying.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, have we only been hanging out for 3 weeks? What?
We've been hanging out for about 2 months.
2 months.
About 2 months. Now.
Okay, well that's cool then.
Yeah.
But it's like a lifetime.
All right. How did you know? When did you know? About
when did I?
All that stuff.
Oh, I started to feel ill, and then I had myself checked out by a local maternity priest. She confirms it, and
What did she tell? Does she like know anything about it, or is it just like, oh no, you're pregnant?
Yeah, she said that in maybe a few months or so, a few weeks, something. She would tell me more, but yes, I am pregnant, and I am supposed to be taking my vitamins and getting more rest, and every day feels harder than the last, but I'm told that get better after a while.
Sure. Alright.
Yes.
Me, Andy.
Just a fucking liar is what that priest was.
Wait, but that's okay. I'm not trying to talk about anyone's personal experience, but I've looked up so much about pregnancies trying to understand how to do this for this game. It's supposed to be second trimester is the easier trimester.
Supposed to be, but sometimes you have food aversions until you're 22 weeks pregnant.
Fair enough. Yes, everyone's situation different. I'm not an expert.
Everyone's babies hurt them in their own unique way.
Yes,
and every pregnancy's different too.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be variations, but I've just tried to, get as informed as I can be. So she would be expecting a little bit easier.
That's what she's hoping for. She's holding out for.
Yeah, and based on the fact that she's kind of showing a bump now, she's probably getting pretty close to that second trimester.
She's probably about 3 or 4 months. Maybe later.
Timeline wise, it would be a little over 2 months now, so she's getting close to but she's very petite, so it probably might show earlier.
But he was an elf, right? Like you said it. You don't normally hook up with people who aren't elves, right? That's not really your forte. The whole drow thing.
I would never be with another drow. I do not believe their practices are that way, but I do find the figure to be quite entrancing. Yes.
Then why are you so into Zaundur if you don't want to be with another drow? Is it because he's half high elf? Is that it?
You understand that I was just messing with him in that moment, yes? I was just seeing whether he would do it because I wanted to know how easy of a bug he was to squash.
I mean, sure, it's relatively easy if that makes you feel any better. At least emotionally. He puts up a pretty good fight if you're talking about, like, if he's gonna shoot you. But,
She looks at you and you say, shoot ya. And ponders for a moment.
I'm talking about a crossbow, god damn it.
You seem to know very much about him. Well.
I mean, no, I was just genuinely curious about the way that our conversation had gone. Also, I know a lot about him because I know a lot about our entire party. I make it a note to know a lot about the people I spend time around.
What is the ones you call Meena's mother's name?
I don't believe her people have names, actually. Meena didn't have a name when she came to meet us, so...
That is impressive, then. I thought I might catch you on that one. Well, is there anything else, or do you want more of my dating profile?
Listen, I'm just trying to find
more of the profile.
I mean, like, if you're open, I'm down to talk about little black books as long as the I don't know, moon's up, sun's up. You're up during weird hours for a drow, aren't you?
I do have to do business during the day, like the rest of these surfaces. So
sure. Anyway,
lately I feel like I am sleeping all the time.
Yeah, it's not great, I'm sure.
It is not so bad, but it is also a reminder of, well, I do not know what to call this chapter of my life quite yet. It does not feel like a success, but perhaps, and she rubs her belly for a moment, perhaps it will be.
I mean, we make the most of what we're given, so on and so forth.
This is wise.
Well, I'm gonna let you rest unless you wanted to have a little girl talk, so,
Is there something you wanted to tell me?
No, I'm trying to find a friend, and, I don't know where he's at. Because I've heard some real curious things, and he's a hard one to pin down, that's all.
Are you suggesting that your friend and my friend are the same person?
Potentially.
That would be quite the coincidence, do you think?
You know, I've stopped believing in coincidences less and less as I've grown up. And, this particular person I spent a lot of time with, and I, just trying to figure out what exactly it is they're up to, that's all.
I hope you find him, and I hope, well, if he is the person that you think he is, I hope he comes back to me, I must argue.
Gwen's kind of a little swallows hard on that and is like, I will make sure I send him your regards and send him your way if I ever find him.
But don't do it if it's not the right person. That would be very weird. You say, oh, this girl Priscilla, she has pregnant with your child and you are not the...
Well, I mean, Priscilla, I feel like we've interacted enough that you would at least know I'm a little bit more tactful than that. I'm sorry if my group's a whole fucking bunch of dumbasses when it comes to talking to people.
This is not your style when you are with the other people.
Yes,
so.
I'm aware. That's why I came here by myself.
Very good. Well, if you ever need to have girl talk, as you say, come on back. I will tell the gods not to be... Well, clearly they don't even have any way of stopping you all at this point.
I mean, I also, generally speaking, have a way, one way or the other, of getting in. If I thought that they were going to be an issue, I would have just crept by them.
Yes, but I say this as your friend, if you say this we are. Be careful in your arrogance. There are people here that are very good at what they do.
I'm sure. I have ways, if nothing else, to cut and run as fast as I can. And I don't think any of you could catch me. So.
Well, I hope nothing does. I will go back to rest now, please.
Have a good night, Priscilla.
She walks back into her little chamber that has a lovely little bed up the top side, and you're able to walk on out unless you have anything else to do in there.
No, I mean, like, kind of get a better lay of the land as I walk out. Kind of be like, okay, there's that thing. That thing's fucking just chilling there all the time. There's the Minotaur. Oh, they have 3. Cool. You know, like that kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, that's easy. Yeah, there's only 1 Minotaur that you see. You would count the number of guards to be about 6 at this point.
Okay.
And the law statue is gone. That's the things that you notice the most.
We didn't destroy that, did we?
You did not destroy
No.
that.
I think we reduced her confidence in it. She just
Because
removed
we
it.
just snuck by it.
Yeah.
So, back to everyone else. You're heading out to Nobody's Beach for your first church service as the moon is shining into the sky. And you've told them all the location. You've whispered to the homeless and other people in Hooverville. Let them know where to go and what time to be there. And as you gather around, how do you set up the space? What are you giving? Or you have pamphlets? What's happening with our church?
I'm glad we found this place. It's a huge beach.
And nobody's there.
Yeah, it's in the name. So in that, you said we had 2 hours before.
Yeah.
I would have spent a little bit of the bakery supplies
Okay.
to make 2 moon pies.
Okay. Large or personals?
The large ones.
Okay. The things that you don't expect to ask your D&D players. Sorry, did you get large pizzas or did you get personal pan pizzas? Okay.
I don't have any place. I don't really have a way to carry these. I need like boxes. Moon pie boxes. Get the hell away. Why are you in the bakery?
And it scrambles out the window.
I need to put a monkey gate up.
It's like just an
Hey,
entire encompassing cage.
Finnigan.
Hmm.
Derek has strong arms.
You could shut your mouth right now.
Okay, I will. I'm sorry.
I didn't mean that came off harsher than intended.
Oh,
We don't mention his name here.
I
In
could,
this
I could
holy
probably
place.
help with that, and the mage hand kind of flies and holds one of the pizzas.
Oh, I forgot you were here. Thanks, Matthias.
Hey, Matthias, you have don't you have the floating disc spell?
Oh, that'd be really great. I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know. We should waste a spell slot on that. I don't know.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I realized that I had to drop that spell because I was cheating. We had to talk. He had some spells on the spell list that were supposed to be there. Sorry,
Oh,
Lee,
okay,
if you're
right on.
watching.
He didn't realize that they have to be from very specific schools on the wizard spell list. They can't just be anything from the wizard spell list.
That's
Just
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can have 3 spells. 1 of them can be anything, and then 2 of them either have to be from illusion or enchantment.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then at certain levels, you get more anything spells, but he's not.
I guess it's the mage hand then.
All right, yeah, fine. I'll carry a pizza and then, or a moon pie, and then you'll carry a moon pie.
I mean, I could carry a moon pie too. I'm not carrying anything other than this bottle of moonbeam in my bag, but I've got hands.
all right. Yeah, that'd be great, actually. Awesome, Matthias. You don't have to stay. You can just bring the moon pie and you can leave if you like. You don't really have to stay. You are young. I don't want to like.
I'm not leaving you all anymore.
All right, that makes
Get
sense.
into trouble when I'm by myself.
Makes total sense.
I'll
Just
probably
know
change
you're
my mind tomorrow, but
you're not being forced into religion or anything. I don't want to do that at all. I want to stay away from that as much as possible. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. I don't have anything prepared or anything. We just
Okay.
go. We'll just wing it. That's what I do most of the
You,
time. It works out okay. So
you make your way out to Nobody's Beach. The beautiful moon, which is now getting pretty close to a full moon again, is shining down on you all. The warm summer air blowing around the breeze,
wow.
and you find the spot that you wanted. How do you candling it? What's the space
yeah, I'll
look like?
be setting up a So I have. I'll set up my alms box, which is just a simple box. I'll just put it in the center, and I have a couple candles that I'll be lighting those up, spacing them sort of as a walkway to this place where we're set up.
Okay.
Just a few of them, just as markers, because I would have said, goodness me, excuse me, follow the candles to these to the nobody's beach, to the spot, and then I'll cast light, and make it a silver light sort of hovering behind, just sort of illuminate the area.
Okay.
And
Okay.
for the
Lovely.
for the pizza, for the moon pies, I don't really have a table, or there aren't folding tables, so I'll just pull out my old shield. I have 2 shields now, so I'll use both shields and put them on the ground.
Okay.
Here,
place
let's
them-
prop up these 2 pieces of driftwood, and then you can make a little table out of your shield.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
oh, thanks, Neriad. I didn't.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Don't want to set it on the ground. Get all
Yeah.
sandy.
Yeah, no one likes sandy moon pie.
Sandy moon pie.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds funny.
either.
You get everything set up, and it looks just the way you wanted it, and the moon pies are out, and they're still fairly fresh. Took about 15 minutes to walk here, and you wait. And you wait.
So you guys want to play Truth or Dare?
Yes.
What's
yeah,
truth or
let's do
dare?
that.
Oh, what's Truth or Dare?
Oh,
yeah,
this
I
should be
don't know
fun.
what truth or dare is.
Oh, I wish Gwen could be here. I wish Gwen. You know what? We'll save this for later because Gwen needs to be here for this. She needs to be here, so we'll wait. But
Oh.
that's in the books. Trust me.
Do
It's a
you
fun-
expect a lot of people to come, Finnigan?
I don't know. I thought I did all right. If no one comes, it's fine. I'll just dedicate more time. I kind of just did it as a side thing, so we'll see.
Well, we're here, Finn.
Yeah, because I asked you last minute. I appreciate it though. Thank you.
Sometimes when we're bored in the bog, which happens pretty often because there's not a lot to do there. But we would do like fun displays of spells and stuff. We could maybe make some fireworks, or I could maybe we could do like a moonbeam beacon just in case anybody's lost. It would guide them here.
Everyone who's on their way knows what to look for. I don't think they're lost.
Well,
I
then
didn't-
maybe we could get some people who weren't on their way to come and visit us with the
I'm not-
moonbeam beacon.
I'm not really comfortable with just anyone walking in.
Oh, okay.
Just to start, maybe the next meeting, definitely.
You want to kidnap some people and force them?
Yeah, that's a great way to start a religion that's built on peace and compassion.
It's
We just
worked
kidnap some
before.
people, brainwash them. What?
I don't know many drow pastimes. I mean, I watched other drow play them, or sometimes if there was target practice, they would tie me up and use me as the target.
Well, halflings just do improv.
But
Feel
Want to
like-
play Dungeons and Dragons?
At this moment, you do hear a voice from behind everyone as you're wondering what the hell that means, and the voice says, "I heard there was some food here."
Oh, hi. Yes. Hi.
As you sort of see in the shadows of the candles light flickering through, there is and not, he doesn't look like he's that old, but perhaps his life has aged him very quickly.
Yeah.
Wrinkles, a very scraggly beard, hair messy, looks fairly dirty, leaning on a walking stick and limping towards you. I remember you gave food before and said there would be more here.
Oh yeah, there's definitely more. If you'd like a slice of moon pie, you can definitely have it.
Ah.
You can take this a little bit of food here with Saloon's blessing.
Hmm. Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
I just am hungry.
Yeah, of
got
course.
Food? Okay, he's got food, everyone! And
Oh,
he screams
no.
out behind him, and you see a drove of people coming forward from the darkness that had been
No.
surrounding you on the beach.
I should've made more.
Probably like 35 to 40 people have
Oh,
all
no.
mounted themselves around, and they're all looking
we
forward
might
and
want to
looking
cut
at the-
smaller slices.
the food around, and they all grab in and grab some immediately go for it. and
they need to cut a lot more.
the first wave of people do take away basically most of the slices. The second wave
Wait a
was
minute.
kind of disappointed around. They're all looking towards you. You said there would be. I thought there was more food. Where is there food? I'm really hungry. Please.
Right.
I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't really expect that many people to show up.
I think I can help through the power of metaphor.
Oh. All right,
Zaundur, is there a high place that Zaundur can stand up to address everyone?
Sure, there's like a picnic table that you can have found that someone's put on the beach.
You know, everyone, look up in the night sky. See that moon shining brilliantly in the darkness? That's like the moon pie that you've all eaten while you were dwelling in the darkness of hunger. Now, you may be feeling sad and empty that there isn't more, but that's because you know how sometimes the moon it darkens as the seasons change, and where am I going with this?
It's like a half full moon.
That's right.
But you can make it a full one.
And
with your belief.
And if you want if you want more moon pies, then you need to support Saloon, as she is willing to support you.
Boo!
Hey, boo! You're sorry.
You said you had food. We just want food.
We did have food, and you all ran in and just swooped without letting us cut smaller slices so we could make it so everybody could share.
What about food for your soul? What about food for the rest of the community?
Boo! Boo.
Hold on. Everybody listen. Stop booing for a second, you stupid crowd of people.
Oh,
Listen.
right. And
This
now
is
they
going
are
excellent.
angrily screaming at you, throwing some
going
sand at you guys.
All right.
Picking up rocks and chucking them at
so-
you. Everyone's screaming and cursing and yelling about it.
Directly behind me, I'm going to cast Moonbeam to make like a massive moonbeam just be behind me. There's no one behind me, right? Because like all the people are in front.
Yeah, you could.
All right. So like I'm silhouetted in front of this moonbeam, and I'm gonna shout out for everybody. Stop yelling for half a second.
The big moonbeam hits the ground, makes a big like sort of pow, and throws up sand in the air. You hear a bunch of screams and terror as everyone runs away from the scene itself, and all scatter around.
I
Well,
was
I think
going
that
to
went
offer to
well.
go and get them food.
Well, I think that went well.
I just wanted them to listen so that way they could get some food. I was gonna go get some for them.
What
is
the
there-
fuck are
is there
you all
anyone-
doing down here?
Is there anyone
Gwen
else still
walks
here?
up in the darkness?
We're
having
putting the
seen
fear
some
of the gods in the non-believers.
Why are you putting fear of the god? What
No,
are you doing?
I think Finnigan just wanted to feed them, but they took all the food and then they wouldn't listen because they were hungry for more food. So I was gonna get them more food.
Yeah, no,
Then I think I scared
heard it.
them.
No, I was here. I heard everyone's speeches. They were certainly something. Finny.
Anyone
I
else
had
still
a-
here?
I actually had a speech written out.
Finnigan. Do you wanna help me go around and round up some people that walked away?
No, let him leave.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Hi.
And there's no other people here at all, Zach. They all left, every single one of them.
Yeah, you fucking cast a spell that's designed to hurt
make
people.
Behind me, not near them.
Make a
So I'd be
perception check, Neriad.
Yeah, you're like, oh, your hair's blowing in the wind and you're screaming at
I'm
them.
specifically looking for that timid person that it always shows up in crowds, that is always in the background.
Always last to leave because they want to know what happened.
Yeah. Sorry, you said investigation or just
Perception.
Perception. I can find it. 6.
Unfortunately, you don't see a lot in the darkness, but there is one darker, taller shadow off a little bit in the distance that's starting to move forward towards the thing, and you can see finally as some candlelight flickers upon his face, Derek stands in the distance. I'd like to hear your speech.
It's Derek. Derek's my life. Well, go on, Finn.
Come on. You at least could get a good practice in, right?
No, Feather said it was all right. No, it's fine. I'm fine. Thanks for trying, everyone.
Finn, come on.
I want to hear it, man.
I could go and get more food in case more people show up in the second wave. And then we'll have food since all the moon pie is gone.
And I want to hear your speech. I think it's
I
important.
could stop talking and play mood music.
Speech. B.
Oh, don't chant. There's
B.
7 of us here. There's 7 of us here.
Zonder's gonna
You
sit
see
and
the
start
monkey
playing his
going,
Vajra. He's gonna play his Vajra Do and cast minor illusions, so there's a moon over them.
Oh.
All right.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
sit in the sand. Plop.
This wasn't really intended for people that already knew me, so I'm just gonna skip this part, I think. Let's see.
I don't really know you, man.
Oh, pretend we're strangers and give it
Yeah,
to us
Finn,
straight.
you gotta give us the full experience. That's the important
Imagine
part.
us all naked.
No,
No,
don't do that,
that-
please, Finn. That is not ever what any of us want.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
And describe it.
it's just something that I heard people say. I'm sorry.
I think it's Zaundur. I think it's supposed to be in their underpants, you know, because it's embarrassing for some reason.
Well,
I'm skipping all the stuff about me being me. And then this, I go into like where I am and everything, and where how I've been around a lot and stuff. As much as I love the continent, I hate to say that it needs help and change. I was in a life and death scenario, trying to scrape by in this place we call home, and someone helped me. Not a handout, but a little nudge in the right direction. That person was Saloon. The moon above guided me on that dark day, and continues to guide me even still. She's the best mother, the ultimate mother of Irorso, and I know Lathander is seen as sort of the father, which is weird. Or the ultimate god. I have my own thoughts on him. This isn't a church or anything. I'm not asking you to pledge to Saloon. I think we could all make our home better by following Saloon's sentiments. To form this sort of society, this new moon society. The night ahead of us is dark with the empty spreading, earthquakes beneath our feet, economic disparity, and more. I just want us all to be a light in the darkness. A bright shining moon, even, to beat back that darkness. As such, I'd like to strive to meet once a week, neath the moon, just to see how we can help Port Zane, any problems we have, and yeah. That's all I got.
Neriad just claps quietly.
I have a good idea.
The monkey claps.
Why don't we go and get more food and maybe some booze from the bar, and we could go and ask all the people that were here before to come back.
Why don't
And you can give your speech again.
Why don't we,
Well, we-
just go down to their city? Be like, hey, anyone who wants some food or drink or, I don't know, some blankets or some shit, come sit around and we're just gonna talk.
They won't run away if you go directly to their home.
And
They
Finnigan
know
said
where
that
to
there was
go.
a really cool game called Truth or Dare. Maybe we could invite them to
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
we should definitely play that.
I'd be down to play that.
I would too.
I don't know what kind of game it is, but I'll participate.
I don't either. But
You'll love
Finnigan
it.
said it was good, and I trust Finn.
You both
That's a good point.
absolutely love it. I'm certain.
What do you want to do, Finn?
I'd like to say thanks. For a while it's just been me and Gwen. But it's nice having friends. And Derek.
Wow.
It's like the stepdad at the wedding. It's like, give you all the photos.
Poor Derek.
Not in a mean way.
Derek just wants some of that hot bod, and you just keep shutting him down.
You know, kudos to Derek for being this persistent of Finnigan, though. He's like, no, I'll get him. He's
I'm not
just a little
saying-
awkward.
I'm not saying no, it's just awkward.
I think that means it's probably my time to get back to the bar. Sorry.
In the best way, thanks, Derek.
Yeah. Anytime you want to talk about this stuff, I am genuinely interested. Walks on back to the bar.
Hey, look at that. You almost got a convert on your first night. That's pretty good. I think
The
that's a
night's
higher,
not over.
I think that's a higher success rate than most people anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't need to. They don't need to be big steps. They just need to be in the right direction. And one is not 0, so. Thanks, guys. Even though you did kind of ruin it, but thanks.
I was just
Sorry.
an impartial observer in whatever that particular brand of train wreck that was.
I tried.
No, it'll be a great story.
I think next time we should maybe bring more than just moon pie.
Yeah, I thought like 5 people were gonna show up.
Yeah, Finny, when you tell poor people who are starving that there's food, you're gonna draw a crowd.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I didn't even plan on bringing food. So they would have been even more angry. It was a last minute
Did you tell them there would be food here?
It might have slipped in.
Finnegan!
With that revelation, I think that's a pretty good time to take our break here. So we will go take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back to figure out what they do over the next day or so, getting ready for this, like, pit thing, or God knows what they're going to get into next.
Well, we have a whole day before the pit fight, right?
We do have an entire day before the pit fight, so I don't know if that's going to happen now or later or whatever.
Yeah, we could
else,
say fuck it to the pit and go somewhere else. Who knows?
You could just
We just leave town.
Yep, just skip town, change religions, and begin our small business simulator that you've all been running.
Hey! Can we also
I'm gonna
start
live in a boat.
an evil campaign?
There you go. Perfect.
There.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to let Faye send us out. And
Yes,
we're back in about
we'll
10
see you
minutes.
all in about 10 minutes. 9 minutes and 56 seconds, I think, actually. It's fine. All right, I'll to see you guys. Bye.
Whether you all are sticking around for a while.
Oh, no, we were thinking about leaving.
Oh, that's too bad. You'll be gone before we have the orgy.
What's an orgy?
What? Sorry, I need you to back up for a moment.
What's an orgy?
Zaundur jumps up and desperately tries to clap his hands over Mina's ears.
Oh yeah, we're free-spirited here. Anyone and everyone's game for a quick lay.
And that's like a daily thing.
Well, yeah.
I'm never leaving.
Zaundur takes his hands off of her ears.
Ross?
Meena, listen carefully. We have to leave right now. His face is like completely purple.
Namina, I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you. Have I ever lied to you
Okay.
before? All right?
I don't think so.
Orgies are wonderful. A lot like mating season, except it's for everyone.
No, do not
false.
infect her with your degeneracy.
But will the baby be moon touched?
This particular act is not really to make babies. It's more just for fun.
Oh, for pleasure, which is, I would say, the ideal situation.
Arguably a little bit better, but you know, just like putting your foot in the water a little bit, so you're more prepared when when the moon is in the right place.
So, hi, I'm James. I'm here to talk to you about peer pressure.
I thought that this episode's lesson was kink shaming, James, not peer pressure.
Why not?
Too?
Is there any way we can fill in this hole or something so they can't come out? What are you snickering at? I don't understand.
Right, we could try. We could try putting something long inside the hole, maybe.
Right, just stick it right down the shaft. It might just like close it up a little bit.
Yeah.
If we found the right size tree, we could just jam it in there.
Yes, if we took it by the shaft.
Yeah, the trunk. Yeah, right in.
You don't want to be too hard though; it might hurt the structure.
Oh,
Well, it is made out of wood though, so it really shouldn't be a problem.
Oh yeah, if it's hard as
Yes.
a rock, it might be better.
Well, with all the slime down there, for all we know, the hole might be lubricated enough to take it. What are you giggling at? I don't understand.
I almost spit my wine onto my microphone. My God.
I can't.
I was just asking whether you all are sticking around for a while.
Oh, no, we were thinking about leaving.
Oh, that's too bad. You'll be gone before we have the orgy.
What's an orgy?
What? Sorry, I need you to back up for a moment.
What's an orgy?
Zaundur jumps up and desperately tries to clap his hands over Mina's ears.
Oh yeah, we're for spirited here. Anyone and everyone's game for a quick lay.
And that's like a daily thing.
Well, yeah.
I'm never leaving.
Zaundur takes his hands off of her ears.
Ross?
Meena, listen carefully. We have to leave right now. His face is like completely purple.
Now, Meena, I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you. Have I ever lied to you
Okay.
before? All right.
I don't think so.
Orgies are wonderful. A lot like mating season, except it's for everyone.
No, do
It's
not
false.
infect her with your degeneracy.
How will the baby be moon touched?
This particular act is not really to make babies. It's more just for fun.
Oh, for pleasure, which is, I would say, the ideal situation.
Arguably a little bit better, but just like putting your foot in the water a little bit, so you're more prepared when the moon is in the right place.
So, hi, I'm James. I'm here to talk to you about peer pressure.
I thought that this episode's lesson was kink shaming, James, not peer pressure.
Why not?
Too?
Is there any way we can fill in this hole or something so they can't come out? What are you snickering at? I don't understand.
Right, we could try. We could try putting something long inside the hole, maybe.
Right, just stick it right down the shaft. It I might just like close it up a little bit.
If we found the right size tree, we could just jam it in there.
Yes, if we took it by the shaft.
Yeah, the trunk. Yeah, right in
You don't want to be too hard, though. It might hurt the structure.
Oh,
Well, I've already just
don't
made out
worry
of
about
wood, though, so it really shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, yeah, if it's hard as
Yes.
a rock, it might be better.
Well, with all the slime down there, for all we know, the hole might be lubricated enough to take it. What are you giggling at? I don't understand.
I almost spit my wine onto my microphone. My God.
I can't.
Yo, what up, everybody? We back. Thank you for bearing with us as we took our pee breaks and I think off to get coffee and snacks and all the other things that your real D&D table does, because that's what we do here. We give you the real shit.
That's what we do here. We piss.
To be fair, real in live D&D tables just have a bunch of chips on the middle of their table, and then they have to move when they do combat. They're like, ah, shithole.
And the kitchen getting the Mountain Dew yelling.
Those
Are there
my
any
custom
girls
dice.
there?
Don't touch my custom dice with your greasy fingers. Well, don't use your greasy fingers on my custom dice. Anyway, welcome back. I'm so glad I did that weird little bit.
I just lost my entire biscotti in my tea.
Oh no.
So
Isn't a biscotti a car?
I'll give you a car.
is the plan to try
Damn.
to do a little more recruitment tonight, or is the plan to go back to the bar?
Savage
Bar. All right. You pack up your things, count your losses, think about your one potential new recruit.
Losses? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That was a net gain of 1.
Net +1
Hell yeah.
to Salunatution. That sounds like prostitution more than it sounds like constitution, so that's a problem.
I'm down with it. That'll get us believers.
The
Whatever works, boy.
That doesn't work either. So yeah, you make your way back to the bar. It's another nice crowded night. Nidril is handling things. Nakri and Gwenny, Natalie are awesomely serving people, and they've got a rhythm to it now. And everything seems to be going pretty darn well back at Yon
I'm so proud of
Bar.
everyone. I'm so proud of my little drow friends. They've done so well.
Derek is beating you back and sort of carries in another large thing. It seems to be one of his biggest jobs here. Is whenever they need something big, he goes to the shed or the basement or whatever and carries the heavy thing back out and gets it back. And the monkey helps serve and takes the dirty dishes away and helps out in that kind of way. So it's all a good time. What's the plan for the rest of the night?
Do we have a plan?
Gwen, could I talk to you for a second?
Sure, Finn. What's up?
It doesn't need to be secret or anything.
I know it kind of seemed out of the blue that I wanted to start a church. I just thought you should know, I didn't really think you had any interest or anything, in saloon at all.
I mean, I don't really, but I have an interest in you, Finn. I don't know why you didn't tell me.
Yeah, you're right. It's
You know
kind of
I'd
a shit
support
move.
you.
Yeah. About that, I need a church, less as a church and more as a force for war.
What?
Can you please do that exactly that way, just so I can watch it again?
No,
I don't
you have to watch it on the VOD, Manny.
Watch it on the VOD or on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Oh God.
Wait. Hold on. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna pull Finnigan upstairs.
Everyone. Okay.
If I overhear him say that, I just watch them go upstairs, and I'm just like,
All right.
Is Neriad doped up? What is he like?
No, he's just like, he heard you say that. And he's like, oh, okay. He's just listening.
All right. All right. I'm gonna need you to take it from the top real quick. A force for war. Why?
So I wasn't really honest with you.
Shocker. I'm so surprised that you didn't tell me the truth, Finn. I can never tell.
This one I think was a pretty good lie. I think you'll be impressed. See, I kept it by not even mentioning it. That way I couldn't lie. And I lie by omission.
You know, you're learning, Finn. I'm actually really proud of you.
I'm learning. If I pretend like it didn't happen, it technically didn't.
Sure, that's how that works. You don't have to convince me of that. Trust me.
So, I was brought back a month before we met again.
Alright.
I
mean, I knew you did something before you came back, because you're like, I just woke up and I came here, and I was like, bullshit, but, you know, I let you live your own little thing.
What do you think I did?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I went down south, I met a dragon, and
you
really
met a
big.
Dragon?
Yep, there's a dragon. His name was Bartholomew Rex. We met, had a grand adventure.
All right, what? Wait.
30 years later, he shoots me back in time. That's why I'm a bit older. I'm just kidding. As a lie.
But you did meet a dragon?
No, absolutely not. So
Gwen can't read him anymore, apparently. Pregnancy's taken all her brain cells away.
Listen, baby brains are real
flooding
thing.
her system.
Heck yeah, it is.
Gwen, you don't mind if I eat the stew while we talk, right?
No, that's fine. I'm eating this cheese over here, so.
Okay.
Go on.
Is this a private conversation? Are you guys having this alone somewhere?
Yeah.
We're upstairs.
Okay, just making sure.
So I woke up, and someone was waiting for me. A man named Elstire Bradley.
Elstire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Alistair or anything?
No.
Alright.
He said he was the moon-bathed priest of the Waxing Crescent Temple. And he said he'd been waiting, and he brought me to the Elven Forest in the southeast.
Wait.
Near
Wait.
in that area.
Hold on, I'm stalling because I'm trying to write down that information. But also,
maybe it was the Eleven Forest that he brought me to.
he brought you to the Elven Forest. That down. Oh. All right. Okay. And you didn't die there, or maybe you did again, and he just waited for you again. Then.
What?
I don't know, Finn.
No. So we went there. We went to the 11 Forest. I'm pretty sure it was the 11 Forest. And we had a. Have you had their play Brokeback Mountain? I'm just kidding.
Sailor Moon appears.
We start. He said he'd been waiting. Saloon said to meet me here or there at Monologue, and to begin training.
Wait, you woke up in the Monologue?
Yes, I did. That was true.
All right. Okay.
That one was 100% true. I still don't know why. I can't swim. Why would she do that? I don't know. But
maybe it reflects the moon in a particular way or some shit.
Maybe to come back, you have to pretend to die or something. Who knows?
What? All right. Okay. So.
Anyways, we're in this temple.
You're in a temple in the Elven Forest, which is one of the more dangerous places to go on the continent.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And then he says, "You're moon touched." Don't know what that means. And then we began training.
Born under. I mean, if we're. Oh, god damn it! If we're to be. If we're to. It's okay. It didn't mess up anyone's cams. If you could just. James, if you could just turn off real quick.
I'm always sorry.
And then turn it back.
It was an accident.
F.
Rip.
Yeah, so we started training and teaching me about being a cleric and stuff.
Wait, the moon touch thing though. That's a Meena thing. The baby born conceived underneath a full moon, right?
I guess.
All right.
Beats me. She probably knows more about it than I.
Okay.
Anyways, we're like doing the whole cleric thing and everything, and he says, that he's been trying to get started a whole new like saloon worship thing or whatever.
All right.
And there had been like 6 others who he trained and sent out into the world to try and find like other churches of saloon that have been forgotten. And this
So you're trying to find temples then that are?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
And like this thing called a moonstone or whatever. And I think it's what the tears are. I think the tears are the moonstones.
What are the tears?
Stop asking questions. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck they are.
No. Wait, hold on. You just said, Finnigan.
Oh.
Your eyes twitching. What the fuck are these tears?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Sorry. I told Zaundur.
You told Zaundur before you told me?
I'm sorry.
Who needs a recap when you just have to explain everything?
What are they yelling about up there?
You keep so many fucking secrets in this damn party. I love it.
That wasn't even an intentional secret. I just it kind of slipped my mind. So I had a vision with Saloon. This is a prior. We're jumping forward a little bit. Had a vision with Saloon. She made Feathers not blind. From his eyes fell 2 tears of Saloon that are like her crying whenever Lathander like betrayed her.
Sure. What a dick. Anyway.
Gave one to Zaundur. I have one.
What are they? They're just stones?
That other lady has one. Well, they kind of
what
make.
What other lady? Wait, Bonnie? The blue thing?
I don't fucking know. Yeah, the blue thing. That she has one.
All right. Fuck my pen. Hold on.
What's a pin?
What's a pen?
Anyways, I'm gonna keep going because we're spending too long on this section of the game, and I want to keep going. Anyways, we're like doing the whole training thing. He tells me about the 6 and how like he's trying to find moonstones and such.
The 6. So there are 6 moonstones?
No, there might be 6 moonstones. Actually, I'm pretty sure I read that. Finn is not meant to do any of this.
It's like when you try to explain to your friends what D&D is.
So you all sit around a table and
Wait, what's a
and you play a game, but it's not really a game because you're like actually acting when you're doing it.
And there's like 5 of them, but one of them is a head.
It's like long form improv, and they're like improv, and you're like, well.
So everything's in a dungeon. No.
Anyways, sorry. So there's this. We were all chilling and everything, and he's like, "We're gonna go kill a big bad monster for like your big training. You're almost done." And right before that happened, someone attacked us, asking about moonstones and such. They killed us. I don't know if they killed him, but I assume they killed him. And then these demons came in through the church. It was crazy. So I ran away. And I think I need to find the other 6 in the moonstones, and Elstire if he's still alive.
So you have 2. You know where a 3rd one is. You need to find 3 more. Okay. You want to find out if your friend's dead. And you're trying to start a weird cult? I don't know what the fuck.
It's not a cult.
Alright.
Avoid that word. Avoid that word at all costs. It's a church.
You met out in like the middle of a beach, and you were.
I don't have a building I can meet people in for a church.
First of all, there's a building right next door. Second of all, you lured people out under false pretenses of food, which I don't understand.
It was an accident.
Finny.
I didn't ask for any of this shit.
Oh, Finny. And I just kind of like take his head and like put it on her shoulder, like sit next to him. I'm like, oh, buddy.
Dying's hard, but coming back's even harder.
Yeah, life is hard, Finn.
This fucking sucks.
It's a bitch. But hey, I figure it out as you go. I have some business to attend to with Bonnie tomorrow. And
so we can kill her and take the tear.
No, we're not gonna kill Bonnie.
Just a joke.
What is? All right. We have to figure out what's going on with this dragon. The actual, the lich thing, the Draco Lich. I told you all about this.
Oh right. Okay.
Have to figure out where that is. Maybe we could start by going to the Elven Forest, where we'll all probably die, but it's in the right area. And maybe
there's a lot of books there as well.
Maybe we could find your friends or a temple or something down there. And then maybe we could go up to Burton or something, because there's something I was supposed to do for Ashrin that I never did, and I kind of feel a little bad about it.
Oh shit! He told me about that too. Wonder how he's doing.
The literal easiest part of prepping for season 2 is just that it's everything in season 1 that you didn't do. Just season 2.
It's that we all just forgot about it. We're like, oh shit, yeah, that.
Way harder and worse now because you didn't fucking deal with it.
All right, well.
Good thing we leveled up a little bit.
We got a lot to do, huh?
Not enough. Yeah, we do.
And I got a bakery open in a week.
Yeah, you do.
It sounds like a reality show. My name's Finn. I was meant to fight a dragon, but now I have to run a bakery.
You're watching too much
I'm
of The
just
Circle.
a small town halfling, sir.
So downstairs, Meena, if you're hanging out and maybe giving out samples of Moonbeam, Derek does kind of start cleaning a glass and stands near you and sort of looks over. You know, I am like legitimately interested in the Saloon stuff, and I feel like Finn might not think it because I'm also interested in him, which he seems to be aware of, but also terrified about. And like, I don't know if he's into me, but I also kind of like Saloon because that speech was pretty good, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew in case he needed to know. And I'm gonna walk away now and not look at you.
Wait, do you want to know more about Saloon? I can tell you what I know.
Yeah, okay.
I only know a little bit. My family was kind of like, I think the word that you guys would use is like a cult, maybe. So a lot of what they taught me, I think, is wrong, but I've felt Saloon's presence in my life, and she's guided me and she's given me power, and it's kind of like do you know when you're really little and you get like the best hug ever from your mother?
I didn't really know my mom.
And I only got hugs like 3 or 4 times anyway, but I'm trying to oh gosh. Do you know when you are drinking like the best wine you've ever had in your life? Do you know that feeling?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes her presence is kind of like that. If you're outside and looking up at the moon, and then you just feel this warmth, and you can kind of feel like everything is okay in the world, if only for that one moment.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah.
I'll tell Finnigan. He knows a lot more. I guess
Tell him what? What part are you gonna tell him?
That you're interested in Saloon.
Okay.
Unless you want me to tell him
No,
that you're interested in him.
I
kind of got like the flirting vibe. I'm not really good at like picking up on these things because I'm kind of new to it myself.
Really?
But
I saw you talking to Destiny. She only really talks to people that are really good at that stuff.
I think Gwendolyn may have bought her at first, but now I think Destiny and I are kind of friends a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. This is the most interesting job I've had. I tell you that much.
Well,
anyway,
you do a good job. You and your monkey are great.
Ah, well, he's a rascal, but I try to keep him tame.
I thought it was a girl.
Oh, right. Sorry, I just his expression. Try to keep her tame.
Yep, it's named Penny. I have it in my notes.
Okay, so next time that Finnigan has a congregation, collation, whatever he wanted to call it. It's not a congregation because it's not a church yet, but it's
cult meeting. Yeah, it's fine.
But I don't think it's a cult because it doesn't feel anything like what it felt like when the elders were talking about Saloon.
Yeah, I mostly just want you to make him like me, honestly. But the Saloon thing's cool too. Okay.
Do you?
He walks away. From
Okay,
you at
bye.
that point.
Stop distracting my employees, Meena.
Yeah, what's Neriad up to?
Neriad was probably sitting next to them, but like probably near the end of the bar, and he's hunched over like a little plate of food, but he's talking to himself. But if you get close enough, you can hear him go,
"Okay, Proton, listen, I know you're mad at me, but you gotta come out next time, buddy."
And he's like whispering like into his shirt like this.
He's like, You can't stay in there. You gotta come out when I need you.
And Proton, his little lizard buddy, living inside of his clothing, is just squirming around underneath of his big cloak, and not really. He's mad at him. He's mad at Neriad.
Make an animal handling check.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna just do this with real dice because it's faster. 13.
Yeah, you feel that he's really not still pretty upset with you, but you are calming him a little, talking to him.
I'm gonna stick an entire piece of meat just into my clothes, and then I go, okay.
Gross.
There's a few moments of hesitation, and it just sort of sits, and you can feel the grease like seeping through your clothes for a second, and then all of a sudden, you can feel the nibbles that are starting to happen, and he begins to eat at it. Zaundur, are you singing to the bar? What are you doing during this time?
Oh, I don't know if I'm singing to the bar because I don't. You know what? I'm up there since everyone else seemed to think that it had the beginnings of a good song. I'm up there going, Meena shark do 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 do, Meena shark do 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 do. And I imagine
and after like
I imagine
3 minutes of it, Zaundur, please stop.
Drunk patrons in the background with their mugs raised high. Meena shark do 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 do. Chorus. Yeah.
How many?
I like this song. The lyrics are easy to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. How many? So there's Meena Shark. What are the other iterations?
The other iteration.
Neriad Fly.
Neriad Fly.
Neriad Fly.
I don't want to be associated with
this. No Finn. He starts to do a Finn verse, and then Finn is just like,
Moon,
he's like, okay, never mind that.
Finny, what? Finny
Zaundur,
Moons.
shoot, toot, toot.
Oh, do one for me, dude.
Gwendolyn, shank, do 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 do.
Okay.
I thought punching, but that's fine.
Gwendolyn Shanks. What does Matthias do? He really wants you to write.
What does Matthias do?
Blink. That's such a good one.
What'd you say?
Gwendolyn birth, dude.
No one knows, goddammit.
He doesn't know about it.
Matthias, cheese, do 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 do.
Matthias is sugar. Yeah, and I don't know. Matthias.
Sugar is too many syllables.
All right.
Anyway, we've spent way too much
There we
time
go.
on this part of the stream.
Oh, this is the best part.
Yeah, it's the best part.
Oh my
Sorry, I didn't
God.
have a song. I'm sorry I didn't have an actual song. With
After
We
like
lost, like,
4
30
or 5
viewers.
verses, Meena goes,
farm do 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 do.
Zaundur, please.
Um,
This song will never leave my head.
Zaundur, can you make a performance check for me?
Yeah, absolutely. I will.
Disadvantage.
When do you roll proficiency with an instrument versus like
If you're
Actual,
proficient in
like,
performance, then
performance?
it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it's
I think
basically
they
ends
usually
up
work
being
out to be the same.
Do they use the work at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
but if you're only playing the instrument, I would probably do it that way. But since you're singing with it, I would make it a full performance.
Yeah, that's 15.
15. You make more tips for this song than you have made for any song that you have done so far. You make a total of 23 gold in tips.
Oh,
Everyone feels included because you do know worse about them.
Are they tipping so he'll stop?
They don't seem to be. They are just digging it. And after, Finnigan and Gwendolyn, you hear upstairs at some point the entire bar starting it over one more time. And you hear Meena shark screaming from the top of the...
With a club beat underneath it this time?
Because
there's actually club versions of Baby Shark.
This is
a
going to be
curse.
the legacy that I'm remembered for.
All right. Are there any other tasks, or is everyone going to bed? Is anyone going to bed with anyone else?
I go to my room.
Okay.
I will go ahead. I will go back to my bakery and start prepping a little bit more. Right pies
you know
to
what?
think about.
Yep.
Zaunder's catching himself, catching feelings, and he remembers Gwen's warning about that. So he's not going to go to bed with her this time. He's not going to go like...
I walk down to get water at the same time he's going to bed and just kind of bump into him. I'm like, oh, I just keep walking. Sorry.
No problem.
All right. And Neriad, are you going back to the boat? Are you?
No, I don't have another fly spell available, so I'm gonna go up to the room that I sleep in occasionally, and
Yep,
Just go to
Zaunder's
sleep and
evidently going to be in there this time, and then Meena, are you
you
still
probably hear
bunking?
me muttering to myself as I go to sleep.
Boat, sea captain.
Meena, are you still bunking with Nidril?
Oh, and by bunking you mean stealing his bedroom?
I have another
Yes.
bed in my room if you want to sleep in there.
Meena thinks that Zaundur is going to be in there doing the nasty with you, so no. That's a no. That is a solid no.
Myself.
You're not alone. You're never alone
Warm is
now.
the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
All right, so it seems like there's
alone,
no
you're
other
right.
things at night. Last chance, we're going to the next day. and you
Oh,
need to-
okay.
You get a long rest in, no seemingly crazy events. Gwen, can you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Jesus. Oh God. Fucking almost rolled off the table. 5? Yeah.
Yep. And at the crack of dawn, once again, you find yourself downstairs trying to get ready for the day, and the moment you smell the bit of food from last night.
I feel like I probably at this point just automatically go into the bathroom when I get downstairs, and I'm just like,
Yep, you wait for it and you wait for it, and there it comes.
Yep.
And once again, another nauseating day looks like that you're going to be dealing with here. Any other morning rituals people are up to?
always put on that makeup.
I'm preparing my spells. No one talk to me.
Okay.
I mean,
I want to go talk to my mother, my fake mom.
I imagine Zaundur being
morning.
one of those dudes. Sorry, I
No,
imagine
no,
Zaundur
you're
being
fine.
one of those dudes who will just hog the bathroom forever, doing his hair and shit. Like, absolutely.
That's interesting. Zaundur doesn't sleep as long as everybody else does.
That's
so-
true. So he probably could have gotten that out of the way earlier on.
Well, I was thinking, what if you're
In there when I need to vom?
In there when she needs to vomit. I'm gonna roll a percentage dice and just see.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow. So Zaundur, yeah, you hear a knock on the door. A desperate
Zaundur,
groan.
can you get out of the bathroom, please?
Gwen. He kind of expected it to be one of the other drow, like, because he didn't expect Gwen to be up this early.
Can you please get out of the bathroom?
Well, I'm in. Oh, okay, fine.
I'll help you do your hair or whatever if you want. Just please move so I can.
Who said I was doing my hair?
Zaundur, you're not fooling anyone. And I as he was there, push him out of the way.
That interchange took so long, unfortunately, that
God
you don't
damn
really
it.
have time to do much else, and you do see Gwen immediately heave into the toilet for a moment.
Are you all right? Did you have too much to drink?
I had way too much to drink last night. So.
Huh.
And I didn't want to throw up in my room because that's no fun to clean up. So
No, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. Oh. So, when Neriad saw the vomit earlier, was that?
That wasn't me. No,
Oh, okay.
that was yesterday. I didn't drink yesterday or the night before.
Right.
Drink last night, technically.
Well, sorry.
It's all right. Need help with your hair?
No, I don't need help with my hair.
Are you sure? I know you're still getting the braiding down.
Okay, you can help me a little bit with my hair.
About 5 minutes or so into the braiding of the hair, you do feel another lurch in your belly. You have to take a break.
Sorry. I'm still getting it all out of my system. And I'll go again.
Looks good. She did a good job.
Thank you.
It's no problem.
Do you need me to hold your hair back while you? Never mind.
I'm fine. Thanks, though. Thunder. I'm gonna get a glass of water.
Yep.
So I can walk away from this conversation.
Very good. Nidril has some food prepared for breakfast for everybody. Any other morning things that if people wanted to get done? Finn, you were making some other moon pies.
Oh, Nidril always prepares breakfast for us?
Yes.
Always.
Okay. Well, then I'll do my usual morning thing of making sure that it's not poisoned.
Very good, and it's not.
All right.
I want to go see my fake mom.
What's the weather out like?
It is an overcast kind of day. It looks like there might be a little bit of a rain coming in. This particular.
I think in the morning, Neriad will get up, and he probably gets up really late, probably after everybody else. So this might happen, like timeline-wise, later. But he'll go outside and find like a back alley or something somewhere relatively private. Doesn't care too much if people can see, and he will get naked, look up into the sky, and make it rain directly on top of him, just in a small circle, just to wash himself off.
This is his bath.
Yeah, this is Storm Guide's ability. Now it does say that that if it's raining, I can use an action to cause it to stop raining, but it doesn't say that I can make it rain. So this is potentially something that isn't possible. But
I think it's
yeah.
perfectly interesting that there's a little bit. You see a cloud and you're like, oh, that one's gonna burst soon, and you're just
Yeah.
like, boop, boink, and you pull it straight down, like a little. It's like you pull a chain and there's just this little rainfall right on top of your head. And you pull the chain and it stops. Shake
Yeah.
it off. There
it
are
takes like
some-
maybe 10 minutes. 15
You look
minutes.
across, like, not at Finnigan's window. Actually, no, let's take that back. Finnigan, you had finished making a moon pie, and you go back up to your room to put on your armor for the day. And as you look out the window, there's naked Neriad just
Yeah.
washing himself in a rain cloud.
Small blue lizard fully exposed.
This is the curtain.
Oh God.
Close the curtains, and I will.
You're talking about Proton. You're talking about Proton. You're talking about Proton.
Yeah, of course. What are you talking about?
I will take 30 minutes of sitting in my room.
It's like the second time you've seen him naked in 2 days.
And Salud, I believe everything happens for a reason. I'd just like to ask why. And that's gonna be me for a little bit. I'll head over in about 40 minutes.
Meena, you remember that you offered to help take care of some animals while your farmer friend is away.
I head out to check on my still and to go take care of his animals.
Yeah, that's gonna take quite a while, actually. There's
I'm
some-
okay with it. I'm avoiding someone.
Okay. You could spend most of the day there if you want, but certainly all the morning you can get the hay ready, and you see that he's left out quite a bit of food, and the animals kind of know how to get what they need to do. But things like making sure that they're cleaned and in the right places, and it all seems okay, and you're able to work on your still and get some more moonshine going. You're running a little low on sugar. You're gonna need some more of that soon.
I'm having a philosophical conversation with my donkey friend while I'm there.
Okay. At some point, he tells you that he just thinks that life is like rolling a boulder up a hill and seeing it come down again. You're just never going to get it to the top. The first
And I'm-
philosophy I could think of.
Is this
And I'm
donkey's
quiet for a
name
while.
Sisyphus? What's happening?
What is the donkey's name? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Sisyphus, I have it.
I can't. I keep up with the main plot. No one knows it. And then the details you want, and I don't have.
The donkey's name is not Sisyphus. It's canon.
Push a rock up a hill? What?
So
alright.
after I head over,
Uh-huh.
is anyone? No, everyone but Meena's in the bar, right?
No.
Or Gwen left?
is- or she's in the process of leaving. You could bump into her if you really care to.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll bump into Gwen and say, "Oh, hi, Gwen. Heading out. That's fine. I'm just probably gonna go down to the docks and talk to some people. If you need me."
The sparkles.
Okay. They can't hear you.
Oh shit. Sorry.
They were debating whether or not to tell you.
I have to unmute in 2 places, and it's very annoying. Anyway, what
You
was
got
I
makeup
saying?
on. You look
Yeah,
hot.
I got makeup on. I got my fancy clothes on. I don't look like how I look in that picture. I have Meena makeup on, except for the moon and whatever.
So bumping in. Oh, you look nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you like, I'll be heading out of the docks, probably to the tailoring guild as well, perhaps.
Oh, you're gonna get some new clothes.
Oh yeah, maybe. It's nice to.
I've been thinking about that too, also. So, yeah, that. Anyway, I gotta.
Probably get near. I'm gonna try and talk Neriad into getting some clothes too.
Oh my god! Yes. All right. Yeah. Let's make that a plan. I kind of like hold his hand like this. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
We can do this.
See you later. Be safe.
See you. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna find more adventures.
Matthias is like, I'm never leaving you guys again. Bye.
Yeah, changed his mind. I just always have that as a plot hook. It's like, well, here's what he got into this time. All right, so you make your way across town to the seaside district, into the nicer hotel that your fake mom had requested, and you see her having rolled up to a table in her wheelchair with a lovely spread of food around her, and she seems to be dabbing herself with a little napkin on the table and no, god damn it, with a napkin on the table and having just finished her meal, and she sees you walk in. She seems to perk up a little bit.
Hello there, mother.
Oh, are you trying that dialect again? That's quite interesting, darling.
It's not for
you. I
you.
do say I like the style of yours.
Thank you. This was if you must know, this is Hannah. I kind of, just her down. I thought it would be more your style, considering the colors are your family's.
When you say this is Hannah, she does get quiet for a moment and sort of look down and then look back at you, and then suddenly it does turn into a bit of a smile. I would be lucky if she looked as nice as that. Anyway, I do have something for you. Could you take me back to my room?
Sure, I actually thought that it would be nice to walk around the city. I mean, after all, if we are mother and daughter, it'd be odd for us not to spend time together.
An excellent plan. First to my room.
Sure. And I will walk with her to the upstairs place.
She's not upstairs. They have a room for her specially.
To the room place. I will walk her over.
Yeah, you ableist.
What the fuck?
No, you wheel her past the rest of the folks, and you are it's a very nice place, but you both are probably the nicest dressed people in the entire place, and you can see that a few people are already warmly smiling at her, or some of the help are bowing to her, and she points to the door and hands you the key, and you're able to unlock it and bring her inside. It's a nice little suite that she's got here. She's got her bed, she's got a nice little sofa, some of her belongings have been sorted away and tucked to the side, but she does have a lovely bluish dress that's hanging on the side of the door, as well as a little small package of, looks like a bottle of some kind.
Right.
I was unfortunately had to guess your sizes, but I imagine that if you went to a tailor, you'd be able to do something like this here. I don't know the colors that you like. Perhaps you could just return it. I don't know, but it was just a thought. That one there, it has a bit of more room if you need to grow in your obvious places.
That is rather sweet of you. I wasn't expecting anything like this.
Well, the unexpected is what I delve in. Here's something else that may surprise you. And she pulls open the package and begins to unwrap the paper that's around it. You can see that it's a sort of bottle of some what looks like picked flowers and herbs that have been ground up. Okay. She looks at you very sternly for a moment, and she says, "If you are to be a Delve, we have one golden rule. You may bullshit other people as much as you'd like, but never bullshit yourself. If you want to take care of this child in the way that, well, a mother should, you should be taking these every day." She hands you over the large jar. These are, I believe, some sort of herbs, or what the priests are calling vitamins, for particular maternity needs. They'll keep the baby nice and healthy.
Huh.
The other thing that I wish, and she holds up in a hand and pulls it from her purse and holds it up in her hand, and you see that she's placed 50 platinum pieces into her hand.
Okay.
You cannot be walking around doing the things that you are doing while not protecting yourself. Take that money, some smith or some leather worker, and fashion yourself some way that child is not going to be killed.
You mean in the fighting?
I can see the bruises from here. You cover them well with your makeup, but you are not particularly subtle. In fact, that one looks fresh, and she looks up at your shoulder, and there's a particular gash that's been healed from Harpy kind of scraping at you before.
I got into a little bit of a scrap yesterday, that's all.
Well, I don't ask you to change who you are, but I simply ask that you be honest with yourself. If you don't want these things, then give them back to me and tell me you're going to handle it otherwise. That's fine. I'll be on my way.
I'll take them.
Good. And she hands them over.
Alright, well, I figured I would show you around the city and ask you a few questions about, I don't know, anything really. If that was alright.
Ask away. And she starts to wheel herself towards the door, and you guys can make yourself out to the bright sunlight. Let's check back with Zaundur. Do you have any plans for the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this this seal and this ring and go out into the city and see if anybody knows a Petunia.
Do you have any particular leads you want to follow, or thoughts about who might have the
Or
information?
rather, not just Petunia, but Petunia Kettlemont.
Petunia
Or,
Kettlemont.
or any Kettlemont family.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will do. Let's see. That is a 19.
19. You are walking around. You ask some folks. You have some popularity in the city, and you're very easy to tell it's you because of your drowish figure. And most of them are a little confused about it. And one of them finally says, "What? Why are you asking about the smith?" Sort of points over in the direction of the the area called Sticks and Stones, and says, "You know that the Kettlemont family makes half the armor of the city. They're not the main guild, but they do good work."
I didn't realize that. Thank you for the information. I'll just be going that way.
Sure, yeah. And they move on away after lingering for a moment, staring at you.
All right. So he goes and steps into the smithy, and as he gets into the shade, he pulls his goggles down and pulls them around his neck.
Ding, ding, ding. You see a human over the fire bashing a metal piece that looks like it's going to become some sort of sword.
Is this the smithy owned by the Kettlemonts?
Yeah, of course it is. Look at the sign. What do you want?
Do you know someone named Petunia?
Stops hammering for a second. What do you want with Petunia?
I have something that I think belongs to her.
He turns very slowly over his shoulder to look at you for a second. What do you mean you have something that belongs to her?
I found this while I was, out adventuring, I guess.
He pulls out the diamond ring and holds it up into the light.
My daughter Petunia has not been seen for months.
Oh. Then what do you know about this letter?
He pulls that out too.
I quickly walks towards you, takes the diamond ring from your hand, and pulls out the letter, and does his best to try to figure out what it might say. And he's sort of clumps in his hand, but he does see that seal that says, it's the same symbol that you see above the Kettlemont smithery. It's the symbol that says Kettlemont, and the first little part of it is etched very carefully. It says Petunia. And he begins to shiver and shake, looking at this letter. Where's she? Is she alive? What do you want for her? Do you?
I don't think I've found her, but I found this letter in a shipwreck, and after I found the ring somewhere else. Finding two things with Petunia's name on it, I got curious. I just started asking around, and people pointed me here.
Look, you can see he's getting very emotional. I don't have much for you. I just... Can you tell me where you found it? Okay, it might be the best lead on finding my girl.
Where was the ring?
You found the ring attached to a skeleton.
A skeleton.
Yeah, in the ooze pit.
In the ooze pit.
Yeah, I was like, wasn't it in the slimy boy?
Well, do you think the ring... Do you think she would have been wearing this ring?
Yes, of course. That's from her husband.
Oh. You may want to sit down.
Just tell me what happened to her.
I am telling you that I think you should sit down.
He puts down his stuff and he finds a chair and scrapes it over and pulls it up and sits really close to you and he looks up. Knees tapping on the ground. They're tapping in his lap.
I'm sorry I had to be the one to tell you this, but if it was your daughter wearing this ring, then I think she passed away.
How do you know?
Because the person who was wearing this ring when I found it was no longer among the living.
No, not my girl. Couldn't be her. She was tough as nails as they come. She's out there. She's doing her own thing. She's always searching for rare and crazy creatures and all sorts of metals for us to use. She's done it a million times. I'm sure she'll be back. Sure, it was a mistake. Maybe she sold it to someone and they got caught in stuff then. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay?
You may be right. Of course, any bandit could have stolen a ring, I'm sure.
Of course, any bandit. And she would probably have let him go. And she's nice and careful and...
Well, I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah, I got work to do. Sorry. And he goes
I
back
see.
up and he begins to smash a little bit harder on the sword and hit it harder and harder and harder as he starts working at it. And you can see that as he smacks it, suddenly the entire tip of the sword just bends and warps and he slams the hammer down and screams.
He leaves him to be alone for a while.
What are you up to, Neriad?
Neriad is finished bathing, so he will walk out into the street and look around. He doesn't really have any plans today.
All right. Finnigan, did you have anything else before you head to the tailor?
Yeah, I wanted to go talk to Neriad.
Okay.
All right. There you
Easy
go.
to find
See,
him, I think.
you just rely on the party to.
Yep.
Hey, Neriad.
Oh, hello. Oh, look, I'm all clean. Shiny.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's up, Finnigan?
Why'd you just leave it wide open for everyone to see? Why'd you just like...
Oh, did you see me having a shower?
That's not what that was.
It keeps you nice and clean. Listen, you should try it too sometimes. It makes a nice mud puddle. You can roll around in it afterwards.
You
Or
hear some
before,
thunder,
perhaps,
Thunder
yeah.
in the distance. Kind
I'm
of
not
rumble
gonna-
below.
Neriad, I like you a lot. I'm not gonna be able to look at you for the rest of the day. Just not the same. It's not the same.
Well, you don't have one of those.
Okay, so next thing on the docket. I'm going to the docks.
Okay, you head out. to the
That's
docks?
oh, I'm still talking to Neriad. I'm going to the docks. There's something interesting I'd like to learn, see if I can learn about. And then after that, I'm going to try and visit the tailoring guild because we have 6 new outfits available still. I desperately think you should get that.
Oh, well, if you think so.
Not
I wonder
that
if
I
they can
would know.
make a
'cause I'm
copy of
looking
this.
at you. Why the fuck would they make? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It'll be high quality. Whatever you want.
You know,
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I wouldn't mind coming with you to the docks. What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, that's what I was curious about. If you just wanted to come, just hang out. I mean, hang out
Oh,
But like
Yeah.
collected, not like all hang it.
Like
It's
all
fine.
relaxed and
No.
like hanging out there.
No,
Yeah.
okay, let's just go. Let's just go.
You know, I did want to bring up something. I kind of forgot about it. I've been distracted. But when I was away from the town a while ago, I had a run-in with I don't know what to call it. Perhaps evil spirits or scary ghost things. Not entirely sure what to call it, but
You weren't possessed, were you?
it's not safe out there anymore. Oh, friggin', I hope so. I hope I wasn't possessed.
I didn't fucking prepare that spell. Why do I always prepare spells that just don't fucking help?
I touch myself. Do I feel possessed?
What,
by
you
the
what?
monster? Just like run my hands all over my body.
Possession could crop up anywhere.
You are
Stop
as
doing that.
unsure of possession as you were before you checked yourself.
Please stop doing that. I'm asking myself.
As he strokes his hands all
All right,
over that hot bod.
Please
Now,
stop.
I just wanted you to know that I don't know how safe it is outside. So if your plans involve leaving, make sure we're ready. Okay?
They do. I don't know if we'll go that way though.
Okay. Well,
We do have
I'm
free
sure
pass-
we'll see.
We do have a free ship passage, so we could probably just avoid all that.
Well, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, you just leave. All right, let's go to the docks. I mean,
Yeah. I'm interested in learning how to tattoo. It's like painting, but like permanent. The canvas on your skin.
I never knew anybody with a tattoo. It wasn't the cool thing to do when I was young.
Oh. Was it like frowned upon at wizard school? Your home?
Oh, just about
parents?
everything I did was frowned upon in wizard school. Oh well.
Did you take showers at wizard school like that?
No, that's something I've kind of just recently learned how to do. I
You
noticed
just
that
learned how to shower.
if the clouds are just right, you can poke a hole in them, and it rains on you.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cool. I'd like clarification. You have showered before, right?
Of course I have.
Okay, great. All right. Neriad, speaking of
golden showers. Sorry, guys.
Reverse sponge
what
baths.
what was wizard school like? What would you? I'm walking to the docks.
Yep,
What-
yep,
It
what
was
is-
a horrible experience. Horrible. Well, I
Did they-
wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Well, unless you're a stuck-up, stupid wizard who thinks they're super powerful and thinks you're weak and pathetic, and yeah, it's not a very fun place, really.
So why'd you stay so long and like study and graduate and everything?
Well, I don't know. I
If you don't like
just
it.
kind of thought it was the thing to do at the time.
Oh,
I like magic. I think it's fun. And
okay. You didn't like have. Where was this place, anyways? I haven't really heard of it.
I believe it was the Monolac Observatory is the only place you can learn magic around here. I don't
Oh.
remember if it was called that back then, though.
It
Oh,
was.
all right.
It was. I remember clearly.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe we can. Just kidding. You seem to hate it. I think we'll never go in there.
I
I'm
definitely hate
interested.
it there.
I'm
I mean, if we
interested.
go, I would certainly go, but I'll go in disguise and
Well, it
make
seems
sure no one
like
sees me.
you want to like stop the empty, and you want us to get powerful, but I feel like the most powerful people would probably be at wizard school.
You're probably right, but I just don't trust him.
Well, I have Zone of Truth. We could probably just cast it on them and say like, "Do you think Neri looks fat in those clothes?" And if they say yes, then we'll kill him. But if they say no,
These
they're
guys
probably
are,
lying.
These guys are so slippery and weaselly. I am sure they'd figure a way out of that.
No, I'm pretty good.
Oh, I know.
We'll keep going. I'll just
Yeah, very good. Make your way to the docks. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me while I check in with
go.
Meena and the animals. Any other fun things happening over there? Or are you still just doing your thing?
Well, how long does it take to make moonshine? Like, because I'm working on the batch that I've gotten. Am I close to having a finished batch?
I think we decided it was like a 3 or 4 days if you did it that certain way that we did it. I have to look back up. I sent you the link forever ago.
Because I'd like to think that like I'm getting close to it being done, and I'm like taste testing it slightly.
You see. Fermentation time. Where are you?
Isn't it like 10 days?
It was like, I thought it was a little over, 1 to 2 weeks at room temperature. So I would say that so you've done that third one, and that's the one they drank part of, was the second one. So yeah, this one's actually probably ready for taste testing. Yep.
Okay, do you want me to roll for it?
Yeah, go ahead and make a, what we say, proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier, I think is what we said.
Yeah. 19.
19. Okay, this is your best batch so far. It's still not like as good as that super awesome first drink that you had. That was the best thing that you'd ever tasted. So you're still, oh man, what is that thing that you're missing to make that occur? But this is smooth. It kicks the right way. 2 sips in, and you're like, hello, feeling a little bit fun. So that's a nice bottle that you've got right there for another bottle of Moonbeam.
And I'm going to continue talking to my donkey friend.
Yes, he proceeds to tell you that that he actually thinks that there's a happy to the absurdity of life, and that, even though you're always going to fail and die, that maybe that's the whole point of it, and you're supposed to make meaning from the things that you do in the meantime. So we're going to go back to Gwen now.
Mr. Donkey, you're really insightful. I'm glad that we have these chats. I'll carry you.
No, it's existentialism.
Don't worry. I'll carry you out of the basement this time. I'm sorry I forgot that one time, but
it's amazing, these conversations. They just sound like,
and she's like, wow.
Oh my
Wise
God.
words.
All right. So as you wheel your mother around the city, you're showing her around a little bit.
Right. I was just wondering if you wanted more information about, your baby. What did you do? Did you ask? What can they tell you?
Oh, well, there are certain priestesses, many of them in temples of Lathander, that I am not particularly fond of, but they tend to worship the god of fate, and they are able to divine. It takes some time, though, not usually until you're about halfway through the process, and at that point they're able to determine things like the sex of the child, and it's, well, a few more details more than that, but it's not
a few more details as in what exactly?
I suppose it would be the growth rate of the baby, and whether or not it's showing certain features of the mother or the father. Could be divined at some point.
So you'd be
vaguely.
able to see what sorry, I forgot that I was supposed to be British right now. You'd be able to see what they look like in terms of features.
Again, I did not have this done myself, but I believe they give you some sort of scrying ball, and you are able to see what the child's growth rate appears to be. And now, of course, it's just a baby. It's hard to tell much more than, well, what you can tell at that stage, but you can see certain features. Why are you so curious?
I feel like if I tell you, you're going to judge me.
I believe we're past niceties at this point, but of course I'm not here to force you.
I am not entirely sure who the father is. It is one of 2 men. It depends on really how far along I am, and a number of other things which I was not entirely aware of or thinking about when the events transpired. So I was wondering if there was a way for me to figure out whose it was before it popped out.
Well, you are more like me than I thought.
Oh, what does that mean? Please do tell me.
Make a persuasion check.
15, I think. Yes.
Well, I cannot say I was confused about the paternity of my children, but I did tell you that I quite wanted a girl for some time. When I found that Ulrich was incapable of helping me do that, I, with his permission, went to a close family friend and, well, the next attempts were with someone else.
Who? If you don't mind my asking.
Oh, child, no. I don't believe we're that close.
I don't think either, but I'm just curious.
And you'll remain curious for some time, unfortunately.
Oh, you're no fun.
Honestly, though, I do believe that it's possible to tell. Do you believe that the father of this child is going to... Well... Does it matter?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm keeping it either way. I've never really wanted to be a mother. And I don't think that I could settle down to raise a child in the way that it needs to be. Plus, I didn't really have the greatest example growing up, so I don't really know where I'd even start. So there is an orphanage that is near and dear to my brother's heart that he...
No, of course not, no.
Why not?
If the time comes and you are less than willing, we will find another way. But you will make this decision later. Agreed?
Fine.
Cannot have a child raised in an orphanage. Well, what else is there to see here? You said something about the tailor?
Yes, there is a tailor that actually has offered to give us all new outfits to design if we would.
Is it that skinny fellow that was rather trite with me? Yes, indeed.
Yes.
He does good work, but I do not enjoy...
He's just, frankly, he's just an asshole. I think that no matter how much coin and clout you walked in with, he would always act like he was better than you.
Yes, I know the type. Well, let's head that way, shall we?
Sure, maybe we can put the man in his place.
I'd like that quite much. Then again, did you make that investigation check for...
Yes,
what was that?
15.
15.
I'm glad I remembered. I looked down and I didn't move my dice.
You poke around the docks district for a while. You find some interesting sailors that are... some of them on shore leave and glad to be back in the city after having been away from it for so long because of it's one of their favorite places to be in all the world. They think that Port Saint is so rambunctious and fun, and one of them says, "Oh yeah, I know a guy. He can do tattoos. Yeah, you want one?"
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Or to learn how, maybe.
Okay. Hey, somebody call Robbie, huh?
Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie's great. Let me get you Robbie. Hey, I think he's back in the back. Yeah, get Robbie. And a couple of the sailors sort of move away that you're having this little chat with in this sort of outdoor pavilion kind of bar. And walking towards you is a very interesting looking figure. This appears to be a cat that is walking on its hind legs and is bigger than you, probably about 5 feet tall, with a tail and paws. And its entire fur is just completely inked and covered. It's sort of a scratchy red color around its skin.
Oh, wow.
But you can see that the skin has been sort of shaved down a little bit so that these beautiful little ink things appear across the arms and the forearms, and there's one up the neck and one down the back, and what you're seeing is a tattooed cat person. Tabaxi.
All right. I just want it known. I wrote Robbie can give me a tat and is a cat. On my notes.
Very good. All right. Yep.
The tat cat.
Yeah, the tat cat.
I heard you were looking for a
tattoo.
huh?
Hi, I'm Finnigan Flanagan. You can call me Finn.
Oh, that's funny. Finnigan Flanagan. I am Robbie Cheshire.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me
I'm
write that down.
Neriad. Hello.
This is my good friend Neriad.
I hear that you might be looking for some fun as a tattoo, yes?
Yes, I'm interested in some tattoos and learning the art.
Oh,
Bit of a painter, and I thought I could see about some payment, about learning the basics and going from there and such.
learning to tattoo is not more than just painting with a very fine brush. It's
Oh, that's great.
please, I would teach you the masterful skill for 50 gold pieces.
Oh, that's that's a great deal. Let me see. Yeah, I can afford that. I'm running a bakery, but
Glad you
I got
didn't ask me for help.
I gotta have some hobbies. Yeah, that's great. You know what?
I did a little bit too.
Here. Let me. I'll put 50 down, and then because you're actually so willing, and because I don't like odd amounts of money in my purse, here's an extra 3.
Well, I'll give you some supplies after to make it easier for you, yes?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
And we will, of course, need someone willing for you to practice upon.
Oh! Hey, Neriad.
Oh. I hear it hurts, though.
It only hurts if you are of the weaker kind.
Neriad, you're like ripped. And don't lie to me, because I've seen you.
Oh, well, thank you. I have secrets.
Yeah.
Come. Bring this Neriad. I will show you.
All right, don't worry, Neriad. I'm not going to put like a dick on your head or whatever.
And
Oh,
over
you
the
want to
course
tattoo
of-
my butt or biceps, or what are you thinking of?
Oh,
Can I get a tramp stamp?
a what stamp? Yeah, I'll
Or
follow.
you get one on your bum. Anyways.
Over the course of the next probably 6 hours, based on the amount of money
Nice.
that you gave him, he's making 10 almost 10 gold an hour. He's so willing to help. 5 to 6 hours. You are watching him. First, he heads Neriad. You know, he gives Neriad a tattoo. What do you want your tattoo to be of, Neriad? The professional one first.
Yeah, if you don't have an idea, I think like having a lightning bolt could be cool. That's like right up your alley, or like a storm
Right
cloud.
on his
Yeah.
forehead.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
that'll
lightning
be
bolt.
taken great. Yeah,
Can you put a
two-
lightning bolt on the... this is going to hurt like a bitch. Here in the palm of my hand.
That is perhaps the top 3 most painful places you could ask me
Myriad,
to
I
do
don't
this.
want it to
Okay,
hurt.
let's do it.
Also, Myriad, let's put it in the most painful place you could possibly get a tattoo.
Yeah. All right. So he does it on the palm of your hand.
Oh my god, I didn't.
All right. So he's gonna
Make
make.
a
Oh
a
my god, it's way
performance
worse than I expected it to be.
check. All right. He rolled very well. So he makes a perfectly interesting whatever little instructions that you give him, whatever colors that you want, lightning bolt. But I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
with disadvantage because
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit!
Con save.
Neriad,
Weirdly enough, Neriad's good at con saves.
you monster!
There's 2 rolls. The lowest is a 16.
Wow.
16 Oh wow. So I think that you certainly cry out in pain on occasion, and you think you might pass out, but then you're just like start mumbling to yourself again and kind of forget about it. Your
Don't shock the
hands-
tattooist. Don't shock the tattooist. Don't shock the tattooist.
I was just gonna say your hands like channel lightning, so you're a little tougher than regular hands are, and you champion through it. So Finnigan, I would like you to make a wisdom check to
Oh.
see like how well you're able to understand this art and craft.
Oh, that's pretty good. I got a +4 in that, so watch me get a 2. Cool. 10.
10. That's enough that you understand the basics of it. And so I don't know a ton about ancient tattoos, but my understanding is that there's basically a little ink well they dip into, and they
Mhm.
use some difference of strings and needles to help basically almost sew it into your skin a little differently than those auto pens would actually do now. And so you're watching this sort of process. It feels a little bit like he's sewing this into his skin. And you understand the basics of it, but the artistry about it, why he chooses to do lines certain ways, it's really difficult for you to pick up on. So he hands you some of the supplies, you can make a tattoo now. Whether you
Ooh.
can do it with the skill level that you'd like is very suspect. It's like it's like you're trying to guess someone's password and he's a hacker. So it's like you're still in. Okay, I know that if I get this password right, I can get into their email, but he's doing a completely different thing.
Nice.
I don't know if that metaphor made any
I'm
sense.
just gonna leave
Nope,
it on
I
screen
wasn't
for a
really
second. There you
listening,
go.
but that's awesome.
I don't know about that either.
Cool. Holy
Yep.
shit! Sam drew it.
Yeah,
off.
and you have a very cool looking lightning bolt on Neriad's hand. Just the
It
way
won't
that
come
you-
off.
And then finally, at the end of the time, he does encourage you to try on your friend here and to give him something of your own as he watches.
Oh, all right, Neriad, I promise I'll make it small. I won't like deface you or anything.
Let's try a place that doesn't make me sweat like crazy again.
All right. What about like on your left shoulder blade?
Do it on his butt.
On like your left shoulder blade right there or something.
Left butt cheek?
Butt.
What? No,
Do it on
don't.
his
I've
butt.
Okay, shoulder blade's fine.
I've seen enough of it.
You should put a little lizard up there.
I was gonna do proton. Yeah.
Okay.
think
Go
that'd be
ahead
good.
and make. So you're gonna make a. Oh man. How do I do this? I mean, I guess technically it's performance.
I secretly hope it's awful.
It could be a dex check.
Yeah, there's like dexterity. There's also the wisdom of knowing how to do it, and then there's the performative, like artistic. aspect.
Whatever
There's
you
so
have
many
me
things.
do
I'm
for
gonna
him.
make it 2 checks. I think one of them's gonna be a dexterity check, and that one's gonna be with disadvantage because you have not done this before.
Shit.
But I'm gonna give you the wisdom check, just a straight roll.
My green screen's falling over.
It's a 4 in the dexterity.
Okay.
Shit. And then wisdom
Yes.
with just a straight roll.
Just a straight roll on wisdom.
Cool. God damn it.
You are rolling like ass, huh?
Yeah, they're really bad. 10.
We need to get you new dice, bud.
Okay.
I've
Well,
had these dice for 7 years.
Okay, they're garbage. You've only ever rolled terribly on them anytime I've ever seen it.
I know
you're able to sort of stencil out what you want the lizard to look like, and you understand that you need to copy this stencil, but you just can't get your thumb to be able to like weave the ink into the spot the way that you want. And after about 15 minutes of this, Neriad, the pain of him just like fucking up and getting the same spot over and over again becomes unbearable, and you have
It's
to
worse than the hand part. Well, you're terrible at this. Wow.
Sorry.
It takes more practice. Be more delicate. You must,
Is that supposed to bleed this much?
No, it's supposed to. A little blood is fine, but not. This is. You wounded the man.
Be careful. I don't heal good. I'm old.
and go ahead and take 1 point of damage, Neriad, as you.
I'm unconscious now. I'm just joking.
Can't deal with this anymore.
I think you have much promise. I would just practice on people that are maybe tougher and also don't care, and that would be the best. Animals are great. If you like animal carcasses, you can practice on those.
Oh, that's
shave
actually
them
a good
down
idea.
and try that. It's a good way to practice.
Okay. So why didn't you have me practice on that first?
Oh, because I thought it was funnier for you to do it on your friend.
It is kind of funny. It
Yeah.
doesn't look that bad, Neriad.
You come back
Oh,
and you
it's
find
okay.
Robbie Cheshire if you need him. Okay.
I mean,
of
how
course.
bad could you mess up a lizard drawing?
Right now,
Well,
it's just sort of like
let's
the
not talk
arc
about
of
that
the
right
lizard's
now.
back. It's just sort of like that, and then there's this one spot near the end that's just a giant black inkwell with a lot of blood still
I'll
coming out
fix
of
that. Oh, Robbie, before we go, I'm interested. See, magic is interesting to me. I'm still learning about it. Is it possible to put magic into art, into like tattoos or like canvases or anything?
I sure it is a canvas on which many arcane abilities. The ink to do such things is very expensive, though. You
Okay.
make the ink magic though you want, and then you draw whatever you want on the person, and it works.
Oh, all right. Do you have like an idea of where I could learn to do that, or is that just
Probably
beyond
the
your?
Monolith Observatory would be your best bet.
All right. Oh, well, Robbie, you've been a great help.
I'm glad you paid well, and if I never see you again, it's okay. If you come over tomorrow, it's okay.
Oh, awesome. Well, actually, we'll be. You'll see us at the pit or whatever. Doing
the
a
fighting pits.
Yeah, that's where we'll be.
I've been told there might be an event soon. Great. Well, good luck to you. I hope that you are better with the sword than you are with this pen.
Oh, I'm not.
You should come and see your tattoo come alive.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, very good. I would go back to my drinking if you do not
Yeah,
mind.
of course. Oh, Robbie, before you go, if you're interested, whenever the honeymoon bakery opens in Salt and Pepper, you can get a discount if you like, because you taught me.
I do like a little bit of a sweet. I'm very much like milk. Do you have milk?
Well, no. We have cheese.
Cheese will do. Okay.
Okay, great.
I'll be there.
Oh, it was nice seeing you.
Yeah, there's
Bye.
one cool cat. Thank you, Blink. All right. Zaundur, you've made your way back to the bar.
Yep. I guess so. This,
Um,
and I'm just the only one hanging out there.
yeah, your Nidril's there. Derek comes by to begin his shift at some point over the course of it. Are you slamming him back?
Yeah, I'm drowning my sorrows in some moonshine.
After a couple hours of you taking a little liquor break and doing that, the door opens to the bar. Nidril says, "Oh, we're not open yet. I'm looking for that guy." And you turn around and you see that the blacksmith is coming to the bar.
Oh shit.
Oh, Zaundur tries to straighten himself out and, like, I don't know, sober up a little bit. Mr. Kettlemont, I didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah, well, I put two and two together and figured out you're one of those heroes. Not too many folks like you around. I just, look, I don't know what's happened to my daughter. I don't know if you could figure out something more about it, but here is what she was looking for. And if you can learn anything else, I would appreciate it. If she's out there, she needs help, please help her. Just please, whatever you can do.
Of course, I'll look into it. I'll do anything I can.
You need money or something, or...
No, I've looked into it this far on my own. I think I'm invested in seeing where this goes to.
Well, I will say that she was looking for something pretty special out there. I don't understand it much. She was much more into the exotic things, my daughter. I just showed her the skills, and she took them to the... Gets quiet for a second. She took it to some special places, so whatever you find in the way, it's yours. Just, get her back to me if you can, or whatever you can.
Do you know where she was going when she disappeared?
I think it's all in these letters here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I get you a drink or anything?
He actually reaches over your shoulder and takes the little bit of moonshine you have on the table and he slams it back.
Nah, that'll do for now.
And he hustles out of the bar.
That was my saliva, so that's pretty gross. I'm trying to get you a new glass. That's fine.
You begin sorting through the papers. I'm going to send you more specifics about this through the week, but it does mention a pretty rare material that she was looking to, and it appears that it is used to create what could be some sort of, it could be a sword, but mostly she has some sketches here about using it in terms of arrow tips. She thinks that there's particular kinds of like arrow tips that she could make from this particular kind of magical ore. And was trying to find some underground place where that might exist.
Got it.
And that's the gist that you get from it. And it seems to be a ways away from here, maybe towards the mountains a bit more. So still a little bit hard to tell how you found the things you found, where you found them. But that's what you catch so far.
All right.
All right, back to the tailor. What are you doing over with your mom at the tailor's, Gwendolyn?
I guess we're going in and gonna make this guy feel like shit. That's the plan.
The heroes of the city. I'm so glad that you're back.
Yes, quite. So glad to be back.
I'm sure. I offered you all free outfits and you have not yet taken them, so I thought perhaps that you were insulted by my craftsmanship and did not plan to come.
No, it's just, it's a rather, busy time for all of us, considering, we just saved the city and, had a lot of people who wanted our time and energy, so this was the first time we were able to actually make it over here.
I'm sure. Well, what can I be of service to you then?
I would love for you to design an outfit for me.
Oh, just design an outfit. Just do whatever I will. And
Is that not what you offered?
At this point, Bonnie rolls forward and looks at him very sternly and says,
You will give her the very best of your abilities. Are we understood?
And he sort of looks down at her and looks over at you for a second and says, well, I've never done anything less than...
No. You will give her the very best that you have ever done, or I will make your life a living hell.
Well, just go back there and undress and I'll get your measurements, please. They may have updated since last I measured you, of course.
That's my sister. Sorry.
She gives you a wink as both of you go back to the changing room, and you
She's
are
the
able
best.
to strip down and wait for him to come take your measurements and get all that stuff going, and we can have all sorts of Barbie doll shop fun going into over the break for the week, I think.
Yes.
Are there any other things in this sort of downtime?
I wanted to go to the bakery.
Yes.
To the tailor as well.
Okay, so it takes a while for your tattoos to happen, but I will say that it also takes a while for him to build this particular new item for Gwen. So you do cross paths and see Gwen doing a sort of fashion show for Bonnie in the wheelchair, and they seem to be like really hitting it off and kind of having an interesting time together.
The tassels are a bit of a statement, but all right.
We're just trying things, dear. Of course, we're not going to end with those.
Oh, of course. Oh, hi again.
Finny, sometimes you've got to try on the big goofy hats before you try on anything realistic.
I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just thinking they're a little bit weird.
Are you gonna get some new clothes?
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm here for 2 pairs of clothes. Right, Neriad?
Oh, wonderful.
Well,
I guess
I suppose so.
He begins to say something very snarky to you, and he turns and he looks to sees Bonnie kind of watching him. For a moment.
I like to think that both Bonnie and I have this look on our face. It's like,
yeah.
Of course, I did not expect necessarily to do all of your customized outfits at the same time, but...
Oh, it's no rush on mine. It's fine.
Well, if you'll all strip down, I'll come take your measurements and...
yeah, it's like,
Okie
okay.
dokie.
No, wait, no, right here!
I get naked.
I meant in the dressing room.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
again.
I'll take my clothes and wander over to the dressing room.
I worship Saloon,
just-
but one
And
full
then
moon
just
is all
place
I
them in there
need.
and then come back out naked again.
Oh, fairly tempted to end on that joke.
You're like, and we're gonna call it a night. Hey.
Yeah, a little bit early tonight, I think, but this is more of a down day because we're missing our little mouse friend. So,
One Matthias boy.
and the party had other plans than some adventures, so that's okay. We are gonna just cruise on into this fighting pit, I think, next time, and we'll get into some of the stuff that's happening there. Cool. So thank you all for watching. We'll be back at full strength again next week, and Saturdays here at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, and all the other GST, APT, whatever time. Do the math.
It was a 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, etc.
7 p.m.
it's
Eastern. For GMT, it's midnight. It starts at midnight, which is
Very good.
technically on Sundays, but it gets confusing, which is why I don't like to put that time on there.
Pacific
We don't talk about
it's
time
3
zones here
PM if
anymore.
you're in LA. Dwarf is here. I don't know. Those California folks.
Is it
this
3 p.m.?
only
No, it's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. for
4 p.m. Thank you.
Pacific time.
Can't even do math myself. So, yeah, we're here every week, and you'll be able to catch this VOD as well as all the other VODs on our YouTube channel. So please check that out if you want to catch up. We got a recap video for a lot of the first episodes. All of the actual play episodes will be available there very soon, including this one. And we have also lots. Oh my god, cannot talk tonight. Lots of other wonderful goodies.
Zach
coming.
also has baby brain.
Lots of other. What are you gonna do when you're the father?
The Dungeon Master's a father. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it
That's
was
my
immaculate conception.
Yeah. So, whatever the hell I was saying. YouTube, please check that out. Please follow us on the social medias. We're throwing out some funny tweets and all sorts of other silly content over on Discord, where you can click the Discord button, join FaZe Discord. There's a channel for Party Foul. You'll get to interact with us, talk about the story, talk about anything else in
Discord.
life. There's a D&D channel to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yep.
There's
And they encourage you making your own games there as well. You can go and make your own game and just put it together and
There are
have fun
definitely
with
some
it.
people in there who are like, I want to play for so long and I don't have people to play with. So like,
Yeah,
hey, go find people.
So Lawful Stupid's Discord is another wonderful place to be if you're looking for a game like this one. We created it right there, and now we're sending it out to the world. So please check the Lawful Stupid out. Our wonderful origin story starts there. And check out the artist, Adam. Please check out the music, Waylon. We give you all those links in chat, and we're gonna raid somebody. Faye, what do you want to do?
I was doing shoutouts. Oh god.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, all good.
I wasn't prepared for this. Let me refresh this page. Someone's doing a giveaway. We could raid them.
Okay, there you go. Everybody's got a chance for some.
Raid him for a giveaway.
Yes.
All right, now let's go on a looting spree.
I'm trying to copy their name. There we go.
I missed an opportune moment at
What
the
was
beach when everyone was losing their mind. I should have said, I love democracy.
I thought about it multiple times when I
Should
did
have
that.
said it.
Oh man.
All right. Well, good night to everyone. We're gonna go to our end screen and stuff. Because I have the thing. It's working this week now. Everyone's gonna want to stick around for that because that's cool.
If it doesn't work, you get to shame her some more. So.
Okay. Cool.
If it don't work, I scream. So
But
stick
hey.
around for that.
Yep.
Love you guys. All have a good
I
time.
scream for our stream.
See you next week. Bye.
See you next week. Bye.